thinking, what are you thinking? Who the fuck does this guy think he is?
Now, normally turning that over to a different way and it will just do the chat. It
Hello.
doesn't do the chat on this. Fucking annoying.
We are live. I'm not sure if our intro was showing. I might have to rewind there. The fuck was that about?
Have a look.
Oh, it was. Oh well, don't matter. I went out to get a beer, so. What's happening, peeps? How you
Look
doing?
at that. Pure rag. Fucking shit. Dlive, sort your app out.
I don't like Dlive.
My tablet is showing it upside down. Trying to fucking do this.
Yeah, I think on my phone it goes sideways as well. I ain't even got my phone to have a look.
Oh, it's pure rag, you stupid shit.
But it goes all weird.
Yeah.
Eduardo Dorrance, thanks for the follow. There's a few out there as well. Tactician 007, nice one, mate.
Oh, what's happening, dude?
Salty something bear. All them, they subscribe box we was offline, but if you were out there, thank you very much. And to anyone who's just followed, not even subscribed, followed lately, thank you very much. Danny Byrne, what's happening, mate? Diddle, how you doing? Boris, how you doing, mate? And Philor, how you doing? As we always say, it really helped us because YouTube basically purged us.
Hello.
So if you can get the message spread that we're an hour on Dlive, that would be fucking great, and just spread to whoever you know that you think might enjoy it. But yeah, because of the YouTube purge, YouTube can go fuck themselves.
I think you know who Diddle is.
No, it ain't.
Yeah.
Is it actually Diddle? Yeah. Diddle. How you doing, mate?
I think so.
Yeah, there's only one. There's only one Diddley. What's going on, Diddley? If it is you.
I think so.
Cheers, Boris. If you're gonna share that around on Telegram, that would be fucking great, man. That'd be really good.
Oh yeah, nice one. Appreciate that.
Oh, it is him as well. What's happening?
Well, Eduardo.
No, Diddle. He went, yeah.
No, I know that, but I know Eduardo as well. From the pirate chat and that, yeah. I'm sure that's that fella, yeah. Recognise the little things. The little picture.
Sweet. I'm surprised he's got internet.
Right. Did you hear about Gina Carano?
Don't know who that is.
Everyone's heard about it, surely. Right, you watched The Mandalorian?
Mandalorian. Nah.
I've watched the first.
No, I'm worried. I don't want to get into it because I think it will go down the lefty shithole route straight away, like within.
Well, she's right wing. She's right wing.
Oh, is she?
And she
ain't got control of the writing, so you know what I mean, innit? It's Disney, innit?
It's Disney. It ain't too bad to watch it because Bill Burr's been in it, and he's not like lefty, is he, or anything like that. And I mean, the main character is a total staunch lefty, sharing things. But Gina Carano is gorgeous as well. She was in Deadpool, you know.
Yeah.
You remember the bird who punches Colossus in the cock? She's that strong girl that's with the baddie in Deadpool 1.
All right.
That's her.
Oh, yeah,
She's an MMA fighter.
Yeah. There she is, everyone. If you ain't seen it. Straight away. Where was that? I swear I just see that. Gina Carano nudes. Where did I see that? I swear.
Shut up, really? Is it?
Yeah, well, someone's typed it in, haven't they?
Is it?
You know, like a mass thing. I swear I just see that. Did anyone else see that? Please say.
Oh, wow. Seeing them. She's gorgeous. She's a bit built, but then she was a fighter, so it's to be expected. But she's absolutely stunning, right?
No, I don't mind a strong-looking woman, just not too strong. You know, them black when they're all and their muscles are showing. That's raw.
Yeah,
but
no.
Like, when they're a little bit,
muscles
yeah. When you know they sort of look like they can handle themselves, then it ain't too bad.
Anyway, she's pretty right wing on Twitter and all this, and she put her gender pronouns on Twitter as beep boop beep. R2D2's thing, and they tried coming after her for that. She showed support for Donald Trump. They tried coming after her for that, trying to get her cancelled. And a few other times. They've been after her for a while. And then the other day, she put out a tweet showing you Jews being attacked in Nazi Germany. And she said it wasn't Nazi soldiers that came after the Jews first. It was the people. Yeah. Like neighbours, friends, even children started coming after them first, getting them out of their houses and all this thing. She sort of compared it to being a Republican today. This is what the left does to the Conservatives, right? Yeah. So it's not even that controversial, to be fair. It's just, all right, sweet, that's your opinion. Now, bearing in mind that the star of the show, what's his name? He's a Mexican fella, like Juan Marquez or something. You've seen him before. He's been in loads of things. He was in Game of Thrones as well. Yeah. Right? It weren't that long ago that he was sharing posts with pictures of the kids in cages at the borders. You know when they get arrested at the borders for illegally crossing, and they had to, separate parents and children when you don't put a parent in prison in a cage with the kid, do you? Because you got to keep adults and children separate when you detain people. Whatever. He shared that.
Pedro Pascal.
That's it, Pedro Pascal.
Just so I can get
Pedro Pascal.
Picture up of him. Yeah, go on. Sorry. Carry on. Just wanted to get a picture up of him for everyone.
He's a staunch lefty, and he was sharing pictures comparing those kids at the cages in the borders to kids in cages in Auschwitz and shit.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
I don't know.
He ain't been sacked.
No.
Because one view matches the lefties.
It's not what they want. It's not what they're trying to push.
Yeah. Doesn't match the agenda. Wagwan, coach.
Which is, I don't know, like, I think the Yanks especially, like, we're just as bad with the BBC and Ad News. But, like, what I want to say to them, any Yanks out there, is I think your priorities right now is to get hold of your fucking social media platforms and have them accountable for your amendments for freedom of speech and what not because Trump got banned off of Twitter and everything, didn't he? Mm-hmm. I think that's what you need to do and have it that free speech is free speech on media platforms as well. Mm-hmm. Somehow you need to get that written into legislation. I know what people are saying. It's like no, that Facebook and that belongs to someone. So whatever, it's like when you step into someone's house, they can tell you, no, you don't say that in my house or I'll kick you out. Sorry.
They try using the excuses. Yeah, it's a private company and they can do as they like.
That's it. Yeah.
But when it comes to elections and political things, no, you can't do what you like. You can't do that. If you're claiming to be a freedom of speech platform, then you need to be that. You need to be what you're claiming. If you're for left-wing views, then you should put that in your sign-up agreements. Look, we only support left-wing views here. We'll only tolerate left-wing. You've got to be clear about what you're doing.
Yeah. I want to get rid of that quick. That is so annoying. Skype, handle your shit, man.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does it do this? Where the fuck's my settings?
Boris Balkan, what's happening? Jim Jones, what's going on, dude? You good?
Let's cancel that.
Yeah, the cages that Obama built, by the way, as well. They're fucking... Danny Byrne made an excellent point there. By the way, I'm drinking... What am I drinking?
Just read the comments, please, bruv. Whilst I sort this out. There's a few comments in there that need reading. On closing Skype. I'm just trying to get rid of this little fucking thing.
I don't care about much. I don't care much about politics, but the local council elections are important for ending lockdown. There you go. It's true. It's very true. But yeah, they so
See-
basically Disney's now sacked Gina Carano, but it's blown up in their face a little bit because there's been lots of people tweeting about it and lots of people unsubscribing from Disney Plus. So in the US alone, they're on about 90 million or something like that. 90, or they've got 90 million subscribers worldwide,
Yeah.
which, believe it or not, ain't that good when you compare it to Netflix or others.
Mm-hmm.
And they're dropping because of this. So I mean, if anyone does have a Disney Plus subscription, cancel it, please, because the only way you make these big executives take any notice is to hit them in their pockets.
I really thought a lot more people around me would cancel their Netflix, and they didn't. After that fucking Nancy program they defended.
Yeah.
So I can't see it happening. The girl from Star Wars, relatable Fonz. Shout out to the tactician who says he can't chat, but he is watching. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
I got your message. Good evening. Hope all is well. Yeah, Jimmy Jones. We're all good, mate. Thank you. Danny Byrne. Again, I already called you out.
Boris
Coach
Bolton,
Canal.
that's the one.
Nice
How
one,
goes
mate.
it, Lou? You get yourself any of those tobaccos for the old pipe I mentioned, fella? No. I haven't bought pipe tobacco for about 2 weeks now. 2-3 weeks, maybe. I haven't bought any because I had other things to buy. And but I did. Oh, Red Stripe, yeah, I remember that.
I
That's
like
Jamaican.
that. Yeah, the
Jamaican
missus
beer,
buys
isn't
it
it?
for me. Yeah, Jamaican, another Jamaican, good old alcoholic drink. Shout out to the Jamaicans. Love you guys.
But no, I haven't. I ain't bought any pipe tobacco for a little while, to be honest. But I did get myself a seriously nice rum that I've been after for a while. Like, I can't lie.
XO. Is it the XO?
Well, it's not just the XO. I mean, I've got 2 bottles of the XO, but this one is particularly special because it's, if you see it there,
yeah.
Alan Smith.
Yeah.
He's the old master distiller. So this is his bottle
He's
of
XO.
XO. This is his blend. So you know that one I got you to buy me, that Black Barrel. That Black Barrel, that's his as well. So I had to have it.
Killed it. I bought that rum for Goose.
I had to have it.
Yeah, I bought that rum for Goose, and I wanted to have a drop of that, but then shit happened, and then we didn't end up having a drink together. Not that we had an argument. I mean, you don't. It's a really pathetic reason why, but it's like anyway, painters were in it, so it's just like, what's the point? So we just watched telly and just chilled out.
The painters in, yeah.
So it's just like, there's no point. Like, yeah, no, I don't think she will. I mean, I asked you, but I don't think she will. But I've told her she can, like, you're all right with it. But I think she'd rather drink it, have a drop with you or something, you know? So.
Oh, is that Jack Fayers? Oh, sick.
She'll probably wait for you. What's happening, Jack?
Yeah, what's going on?
Captain
Where do I think West Ham will finish? West Ham will get 5th or 6th. Genuinely. 5th or 6th this season.
Someone just knocked down Ginger at the house.
You shitting me?
No. I could hear the doorbell going. It was going off on my phone. So I've gone to the door and you know the couple across the road that smoke? It went, 2 geezers were fucking about outside your house. Pressing the fucking
2
doorbell.
geezers?
I got up.
2 geezers. I was going to say, leave them there, all right. 2 geezers playing on Ginger. Fucking people.
Yeah, they might have been trying to do a fucking home raid. No? They might have been trying to do a house raid.
Yeah, it might have been.
You know that?
Yeah.
2 geezers nearly just lost their lives. Seriously.
They were gone by the time.
Like, do you know how much I'm packing here? Like this.
Yeah, well, to be
2
fair,
geezers nearly just lost their lives.
I don't give a shit about them. I give a shit that I got up for no one to be at my fucking door.
How you doing, Kill Matt? I'm not going to say the rest of that. Whoever Matt is, do not kill him, everyone. Do not. Boris. Yeah, you got your ringer anyway, ain't you? You got your doorbell.
Yeah, we can see who it was.
Mate, people need to grow up, man. They're the kind of people that smoke weed on a fucking street corner, on a curb. Drinking fucking special brew and K's on a street corner, having a puff. Happy 40th birthday to... I'm gonna say Cardi B. It's Cardi B's 40th birthday, there we go. Nah, Claire B, happy birthday. God bless. Jimmy Jones. Sweet, mate. Yeah, I'm alright, thanks, Jack. How you doing? Excuse me, Ma. I'm alright, man. I don't know where he's gone, but it's party time, I guess. I think he's gone to check outside. So how is everyone? How are you finding lockdown? My mum's still in hospital. For those of you that don't believe in COVID, there must be something out there, man. Absolutely not the granny out of her. I'll tell you what, doctors turned around and said to her today, or for the last couple of weeks they've been looking into it, and it's actually like got into her heart and started corroding all her fucking heart. So now she's got scar tissue in her heart from this bullshit, whatever the hell it is. What is like, I'm the biggest conspiracy nut ever as well. My brother will back me up on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like, my belief is that there is a virus. It's just man-made, and the cure has probably always been there as well. They've always had the cure.
They know what they're doing. They make that, though. Don't think it's as bad as they make that.
I just told everyone there, and I ain't even told you, but Mum was going to tell you anyway. But it attacked her heart, so now she's got a bad heart, and she's got scar tissue in there, and yeah, not sure what's going to happen, but she's got a bad heart now, basically. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. Shout out to Stuart Firth, nice one. Wouldn't be surprised, absolutely. Hope she was better, nice one. Yeah, our mother's had a rough year. Rough year. Rough year. But I won't go into too many details. But yeah, scar tissue sucks. My hip. What? Adductor. Oh, right, okay, it's been a complete mess for 14 months now. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's like, I just believe that there's something about that. I mean, what I would say to everyone is just do not get the vaccine. That's what I'd say. And what I think as well is they should just give everyone the option to self-isolate and stay away, rather than forcing it. I don't. Yeah. You know, like Spanish flu and things like that, people just got on with what they was doing. It was like, if you caught it, it was tough shit. So what I would say is, if you feel uncomfortable, just stay at home. Well, you don't go out. You know, find someone who will go out and get you shopping that way. And if you can't, I think I've already said this. I think the government should set up a program and deliver shit to people that don't feel comfortable enough to go out. Got to be something we can do other than this. It's just destroying the economy. So. And also, it's like this half lockdown. I don't understand that either. It's like, so basically they've said my kids can go into nursery if they want to, and we get a phone call 2 weeks ago to say that one of the teachers went down that is around the youngest boy, if you know what I'm saying. Him. We get a phone call, come and get him because there's a confirmed case of COVID. So yeah, all right, we go get him. And then yesterday we get a phone call to say the eldest boy, now they've come down with it. So it's like a half lockdown. If you're going to do a lockdown, do a full thing and say everything's fucking closed apart from shopping centres and that. But like, to send them to school, their schools are fucking petri dishes. It makes no sense. Like, this lockdown shit doesn't work.
I don't understand why pubs are being closed down. Alcohol kills germs.
I don't know. Apparently, one of the guidelines is to avoid alcohol as well. It proper lowers your immune system by like 60%.
Only overconsumption. Like if you're, this is honestly, it's complete bullshit. To be honest with you, but if you're drinking beers and all that business, yes, pretty bad for you. But if you're like me, and you just have like a glass of rum,
Yeah.
like obviously on a Friday and a Saturday, I consume more. But like during the week, I'm like sometimes I'll just have like a glass like that of rum, and that's it. That stuff actually increases your decreases your chances of getting kidney disease by 38%, kidney cancers, stuff like that. It's proven.
Yep.
It actually kills germs. So if you've got any germs lying in your throat, you're less likely to get throat infections, things like that, because it destroys whatever the fuck would have been in there causing the infection.
Yep.
It lowers your blood pressure, lowers your cholesterol. Whiskey is the same as well. Whiskey, brandy, and rum are really good for you in small doses, and they work as digestives as well, help you digest foods and stuff like that your body struggles with. There's plenty of health benefits to these things, but I will be totally honest with you. It's how much you consume. You need to consume lower levels.
Yeah.
Enjoy the stuff, sip it, and sip it neat. If you have it with Coke and all that business, then you're not getting the same benefits, because Coke's pretty bad for you anyway, as we know. And beer has pretty much no health benefits whatsoever. Yeah. Beer, vodka. I mean, vodka can thin your blood, same as the other alcohols, but they don't have... Where these things, you're basically drinking wood. Where all the nutrients and the minerals and all that stuff that you would get from wood, which we can't eat, you can get it from this. You know what I mean? There are benefits to it, but make sure you're exercising, and doing all these other things as well as having a couple of glasses of this a week will do you no harm whatsoever. It'll actually do you a good turn. You can even drink it every night. It works as a medicine. If you've got a cold, stuff like that, this stuff's good. This stuff's actually good for you. Yeah, but consumed in moderation. Consumed in moderation. If you're drinking a bottle of that a night, then fuck, you could say goodbye
on your way out, yeah, definitely.
And your brain cells and all that. Yeah, it's not good. Guinness. I'll give Danny Byrne that. If you have half a pint of Guinness a day, it boosts your iron. It's good for your iron levels. It's good for pregnant women as well.
I heard that was a myth when I googled it. About the iron. Oh. I heard it was a complete myth.
I mean, fact check me and Danny now. Seriously. But I did hear that as well. And I did look it up, and if you could, it's full of iron. It's full of iron. So, yeah, last year's Boris should have said, "Dear fat people, lose weight." Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to be healthy, then you probably should cut out alcohol altogether. No doubt about it. But
there we go.
Consume it in moderation and be okay with it.
It contains like 3% of your daily intake or whatever. 0.3 milligrams of iron, around 3% of the recommended intake for men, 2% for women. Iron is high.
That's not that good, actually, is it?
No. I'd like to believe it as well. It's like that, I think it's just.
I stand by my first statement then that beers and stuff like that's no good for you at all.
Yeah. No, actually, beer is kind
better
of
off the spirits.
Beer's high in vitamin B3.
Red wine's
or something like that.
Red wine's good.
Yeah, red wine.
A glass of red wine a day will do you good.
I would just say, man, have a drink, don't take the piss. That's it. It's
literally that. Just have a glass. Just have a glass. Like when I sit here smoking a cigar, I just have a glass. That's it. Just
have a glass. On a weekend.
But then on Fridays, Saturdays, I do, consume a little bit more. I'll have 2 or 3 glasses. That's about it. I used to drink a lot more than that, but now I can't. I don't enjoy it as much. I don't enjoy getting pissed at all. I like a couple.
I can drink a lot, but like I'll really be pissed. Like, I might be a little bit out of character or whatever. But I'd say I rarely get pissed. I don't like getting pissed. So I do have quite a lot of drink, but it's like, yeah, to get pissed, no. Don't really like being pissed.
Doesn't methylated spirits have the health benefits of blindness? Yeah, for some that would be a health benefit. Maybe you'll end up like Daredevil and start getting superpowers and fucking people up, not even looking where you're going.
Drink antifreeze, innit? That's the one. Just go and have a bottle of antifreeze if you want to go blind. I mean, would I recommend it? No. No, I wouldn't recommend it. What's that?
Stout. Yeah, I wonder what stout. I wonder if stout does.
Ain't Guinness stout? That's the same thing, isn't it?
No, Guinness is Guinness, mate. Guinness was made by accident.
Yeah.
Right, here's a
No,
thing.
it is a stout. It is. Guinness is a dark Irish stout. Dry stout.
Is it really?
I knew it was, yeah. It's a stout, yeah. I only knew that because I got a stout. Like, you know, when you don't sort of know these things. And then I was like, that's a stout. Okay, read it.
I've tasted lots of stouts, and I've never thought, oh, it's like Guinness. Stout is stout. And then Guinness is like... Guinness was meant to be beer, wasn't it? This is how Guinness got invented.
Yeah.
The people of Guinness were making a beer. They let the hops burn, basically.
They say someone fell asleep, didn't they? But whether that's true or not is in history.
Typical Irish, they fucked it up.
Yeah.
But they just... they done something dumb and then made something beautiful out of it. It was a happy accident. Same as Dunlop, you know, invented rubber, wasn't it? He done something wrong, melted the shit, and then accidentally made rubber.
Yeah, I'll tell you something about that. His whole family had lung diseases, you know that, because he done it on the fucking stove in the house. But that's another story, but yeah. That
Jim Dunlop, he died, didn't he? He died and died poor, with nothing.
Yeah.
So, and other people started making rubber, and they named it after him as like a typical, like a
nice one,
well
mate.
done dude.
You sacrificed your family and everything.
Dunlop tires after him.
Dunlop. Yeah, Dunlop.
Dunlop. But yeah, that's what happened there. But with the Guinness, that's what I heard. They made it by accident. So it's like, look, we've got to fucking produce this shit. So why don't we just do it with these burnt hops anyway? And they made it.
Yeah, and
like,
I bet they went, no, this is a new recipe. And then they went, and then people went, ain't bad, you know.
That's the same with a brand of cigars I buy called Tuscanellos, right? Tuscanellos. They are Italian cigars, and you don't have to put them in a humidor because they're baked. They're baked cigars, basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what happened is these people were doing it for the Italian king. I think it was a king at the time. Italian king. They were doing this tobacco for him. Well, they fucked it up. They baked it too long, or what did they do? No, I know what they did. They got shit ton of tobacco leaves, and then it rained.
Oh shit!
And absolutely soaked them. So they were like, "Fuck, these are all fucked. Why didn't we store them indoors somewhere? We fucked them." So what they did was, quick, think of something, and they made a massive fire, and then put the fucking tobacco leaves on like a washing line type thing. And was drying them out over that, so they were baking. And then they were like, "Fuck, we've fucked him again." Now they're like too thingy.
They're crispy.
Do you know what? We'll just roll them anyway. All right, we've got to produce something, or the king will fucking kill us. He loved them. Oh, sweet, these are good. They were like, honestly, we fucked them, left them out in the rain. They got soaked, and then we thought we're never gonna. They started fermenting, doing all these things, and like shit. And they made them by accident, but they turned out to be really nice. So now we have baked cigars. So they're dry, but they work. They're nice. Still, they're not like these ones.
Happy accident, yeah.
But
there's a message for you in the chat from Pilot, Rochester.
From who? Oh, Pilot Rochester. Yeah. Hello, what's happening?
Yeah, sorry.
Are you slabbering about Paddy's again? Yes. I know who she is. She's the bollocks. I always slag off Paddy's, Taffies, Jocks, Sweaty Socks.
I've seen you a couple of times.
Yeah, she's in the chat now. Peeps, try whiskey, Guinness, and a yolk. I wish I had Guinness
breaking up
because I've
quite
got the
a
rest
bit,
of
you know.
it. Am I really?
Yeah, breaking up.
Viking Essex, what's going on, dude? Yeah, it might be just the internet connection a bit, or might be yours, because I've got full bars, bruv. Full bars.
If it was mine, then the stream would be lagging, and it's not.
Might be the weather, bruv. Might be the weather.
Could be.
But yeah, it could be. Some of the most important plastics in the world, polythene, I think were invented by mistake. Yeah, it's true. It's true, dude. People got those and mixed that. Well, penicillin was found by accident, wasn't it?
That's a good one.
Someone left a tray, you know, like a lab glass tray thing, you know, circle things. Left it and it got mouldy, but it actually killed the germs that they had in the
petri dish, yeah.
the tray next to it. The tray next to it. So they were like, "Fuck this stuff." It's good. It kills bacteria, whatever it was, the disease that was in the tray, something like that. Did all buffering a bit. Yeah, I can imagine yours is buffering a bit.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that.
Let me know if I'm lagging. If I'm lagging, people, let me know, and I'll try and sort it. But I don't think there's a lot I can do.
You are a little bit. It's every now and again you just go like it takes a while. But yeah, I was explaining that to the missus. You know, like yesterday she cut up some chicken. And then left the bones and the skin in a bowl on the side, and it kind of sat there for a while. And so I had to explain to her, you do know that the germs will go outside of that bowl, start crawling down it, and then they'll be on the side. And then she was like, "Oh,
yeah, they do.
It's like they fucking travel, man. Like you gotta be fucking careful."
Yeah, they travel like fuck. They do. Lagging slightly, yeah.
I'm watching it. I am watching it, people. So it's not me. It's not this connection. Because I'm on this shit from last week. It really pissed me off. So I'm watching it. So it's not lagging for me. I'm watching it myself.
Well,
so
I'll switch my phone. I'll switch my phone over to 4G, and then that should give me a little bit more pull on the laptop. Yeah, should do. Yeah, bacteria spreads like wildfire, you know.
It's mad. It's
do.
Crazy. Like we've got this sickness and shit bug at the minute in the house, and we've had it for about a month. It keeps coming back, and we've bleached the whole house. I fucking do.
Drink spirits.
Yeah.
You might have. Have you got a chopping board that's damaged or something, or?
No, it's I got it in the caravan. And then I gave it to Goose, and then and it's gone. It's got to be something. It's that same sickness bug every year. In the summer, we don't have it at all. And every winter, it comes
I normally
back.
have it about October time. About October time, I get it bad. But I didn't this year.
No, I haven't. I normally get it a bit earlier than this, and it's just come now, January. But it's so annoying, man. I tell you what it is. It's like the kids, they're sick in the carpet, and they don't. You need a proper fucking carpet cleaner. And we bleach it and everything, and it's just I don't know, man. It's just it won't go away. It's so annoying, and it's not just me because I had people asking me, "Oh yeah, are you sure you ain't got IBS or something else?" And it's like, nah, because the kids have got it and the missus has got it as well. Proper ring sting, like it's brutal. But it's just kids. It's just kids as well. So they're into everything.
It's kids.
One will give it to the other because we've got 4 kids. One will give it to them, and the thing is with this bug, you can recatch it. So it's not like once you got it, you build up immunity and it goes. It's just it's past the parcel. So we're all stuck in the house.
Should we try that? Try that Lions story again.
Um,
The one we didn't finish last week.
do you know what? Could do. I think we should do them stories as a release though, like off stream. We can sit here and proper produce it.
Can do.
Maybe, but if you wanna tell it, then tell it. Fine.
Oh, yeah, Lee Hunt's in the building. Certainly Lee Hunt. Right, watch that. Yeah. Well, I do have. What did I watch the other day that was pretty fucking good? Let me check through
Someone's phone going off. Is that yours?
my history. No, not mine. Definitely not mine. My phone's on silent anyway.
Slagging quite enjoyable for a Friday night. Either.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If it's
Have you
enjoyable,
seen
that's
the newest guy, Richie.
it's all it's meant to be. So all it's meant to be is just like an enjoyable podcast where we have a chat about mad shit. But I watched.
Newest Guy Ritchie film on Amazon. No, I haven't. It's called The Gentleman. Good stuff. I think I've heard of that.
Great film. Well worth a watch. It is Hugh Grant's best performance ever.
That's saying something. Hugh Grant.
Without a doubt. It's the only one, right? I was watching an interview with him, and he said the biggest critic he has is his dad.
Yeah.
His dad watches his films, he don't really like them. He thinks they're shit and thinks he's shit, basically. Right? Fucking brutal. Right? But he said that one was actually quite good. No, I enjoyed that. And it's Hugh Grant like you've never seen him. He plays this prick that's a reporter, journalist type thing, photographer, gets dirt on other people, works for a big newspaper company, and oh mate, he's funny. He's actually funny in it.
Fucking
Right? There's a
Hugh
scene
Grant.
in it, right? I ain't gonna spoil nothing for no one. But there's a scene in it where I honestly had to rewind it. And so you know what our cousin's like. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yep.
You know what he's like. He's very hard to please. He's the one who told me. He said, "You got to watch it. Trust me, it's fucking funny. Like Hugh Grant's brilliant." He said, "There's this bit in it." And basically, Hugh Grant's this dirty reporter, and he's trying to bribe this big gangster, big American gangster that's made it massive over here.
Yeah.
Selling a bit of weed. And when I say a bit of weed, I mean a lot of weed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, he's got this dirt on him, and he goes there to it's Matthew McConaughey's the gangster, the big gangster, and he goes there to Charlie Hunnam, who's kind of like Matthew McConaughey's.
He ain't doing a shit
behind her.
accent in it again, is he?
No, he does his own. He does his own. Guy Ritchie, who directs
Thank
it.
fuck for that.
Stock,
Yeah.
right? No, Snatch, Lock, Stock. I think I have the sneaking suspicion he told him don't bother putting on an accent, just talk how you talk.
Yeah, he's
Right?
terrible.
You can't do him, so don't bother. Yeah, he plays to people's strengths, doesn't he, Guy Ritchie? He's very good at that. You know, he had Lenny McLean, who's just he's not even an actor, but he still made him look good.
Yeah, he
Like,
did.
just
He
by I
did.
said,
Yeah, he actually
did.
seemed alright. Like as an actor, he probably
Yeah,
done a
that's
load
what
of
I mean.
takes, but he seemed alright.
because he was just himself. It's just do what you would do. Do what you would do. You know.
Yeah.
So he did this, right? And anyway, he goes to see Charlie Hunnam in the mansion, and he's basically being cocky, helping himself to the whiskey, being this prick, and he talks like Michael Caine. That's how Hugh Grant talks in this. So he's talking like that, you know. Listen, Raymond, we've got this for, you know. And he's saying, so I want this many million, and you know, doing all this, right? But he does this bit in it. And he's talking about the guest's wife, and he's looking at this Charlie Hunnam, Raymond, in the face, and he goes, "You'd make a lovely wife, Raymond."
I think I've seen that bit on YouTube.
Oh, bro,
Yeah.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
You'd make a.
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch it. I'll tell you what, I got.
I was in bits, just mugging him like that.
The missus has not seen Snatch. Mrs. has not seen Snatch.
Really?
Yeah. I asked her last night, funny enough. Have you ever seen Snatch? Brad Pitt? No. What? You ain't seen Snatch?
What? That's
Yeah, I know you
Snatch.
fucking love it.
Jason Statham's best role. Jason Statham's best role he's ever done.
Oh, and he's first, right?
Snatch.
Or one of. He was definitely like.
First. I think it was his first.
I think it was
Yeah.
too.
Oh no, I think he might have been in Mean Machine before that. Actually, I think he was in Mean Machine before that, playing a Scottish nutter. But
Right.
best role. And then the first time I ever saw Stephen Graham, who
Stephen Graham.
played Tommy the Tit.
Oh yeah.
Al Capone.
Al Capone, yeah,
in
he's
Boardwalk
great.
Empire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I see
So-
him as Al Capone, I was like, what?
Can he do it?
Can he do
He
it?
does it all right, I think. I mean, I don't know what the Americans think, if they've seen it. Because I think a lot of Americans didn't even realise he was English and a Scouser. I don't think
Yeah.
they ever did.
Yeah, he's a good actor though. I mean, I've always liked him anyway, in anything he's been in. I mean, he ain't really been in that much, has he? But when he is in something...
No, he's been in shitloads. But
Has
he's
he?
never been... He's never been a leading man. Well, he was in This Is England, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah. He was great in that as well.
Gangs of New York.
Oh, I don't remember him in that.
The Irishman. He was in The Irishman. He's been in loads of Scorsese stuff. He was in Taboo. Tom Hardy. With Tom Hardy.
Yeah, what's
Taboo.
happened to that? What the fuck's that? Like, it's just gone off the radar, isn't it?
It lost loads of money.
Oh, that was
It was aired on television. It was aired on television, and it was Tom Hardy, right? This is Taboo we're talking about here, people. Taboo was Tom Hardy's. He was the producer, and his dad was the writer. Tom Hardy's dad was the writer.
Was he?
They put it on the BBC, yeah, and it lost quite a few millions. It didn't get the audience it deserved, to be honest with you, because it was quite good. It was quite good. I wasn't keen on him being this half. Whatever the fuck he was.
I didn't get the voodoo shit. Yeah, I didn't get the voodoo shit. I didn't know where that was going to sort of fit in. But I mean, it's got on IMDb, it's got 8.4, and on TV.com, which I've never heard of. Don't know if anyone else has.
Yeah.
It's got 8.8. So he's good. He's worth a watch, I'd say. And the only shame of
It's
it.
definitely worth a watch.
No, but the only shame of it.
Definitely worth.
The only reason I would say to anyone, like, what are the pros and cons? It's good. The cons are that there ain't another fucking season. So there you go.
Well, it's supposed to be in the works, but I don't know what's happened since the COVID. Because I looked it up and they said yes, they're going to do a season 2, even though Tom Hardy lost a shit ton of money on it. But it's good. It's good. Like,
Oh mate,
it's
Tom Hardy.
It's a little bit.
Tom
A little bit of a leftist dig at the, East India Trading Company and stuff like that, and they made that King look a bit of a dick and whatever
He was
else.
though, wasn't he? He
So,
was.
I think he was, yeah.
He had a reputation for being a.
They got him spot on though. He was
gluttony and all that,
gout.
innit? Yeah, like just eating all the fucking
It was
time
gout.
and.
Fucking eating rich food all the time.
Yeah.
If you eat prawns every day, bruv, you're going to be in trouble.
And I like
You'll
the
end
way
up
that he was just like that whole glass of wine. He'd just be eating and then, mate, he must. All his organs, liver must have been like exploded and Imagine the cunt that had to do the autopsy on him. Whew.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
But yeah, Tom Hardy, man, I was watching
Lockstock
fucking
was first, yeah.
that Mad Max.
Oh, was it really?
Bruv.
Was Lockstock before Boris Balkan said Lockstock was his first? Was it? I didn't know that. I thought Mean Machine was before Lockstock. I must have
Did
got
he
that wrong.
Google that? Did you Google that, mate? What's his name? What was his fucking name?
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham.
I think he's talking about him.
First movie. Italian Job. That was his first movie.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That was crap.
Transporter Trilogy. The success of the first one.
Yeah. Meh. Transport was not. Other films I've gone right off them. Them action films. Do you know what?
Hang on.
Best that I would sort of compare to that is the John Wick stuff. But go on.
No, it's just saying, it's just come up with that. I've typed it in, and that's the first thing that comes up. But whether it was or not, it doesn't really say. I have to dig it out.
Did you start Jason Statham's first film?
I did, and it's just come up, The Italian Job, but I'm not sure if that's just a plug. If you know what I mean.
Oh, Lock, Stock was definitely before Snatch. I know that. But I mean, was Snatch? I keep mixing up the films, don't I? Because he was a model, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was a model, right? Jason Statham, after learning about Statham's past as a black market salesman, fucking hell, Richie cast him to play the role of Bacon in his Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels.
Excuse me.
Was he in Lock, Stock then? Was he in Lock, Stock? I thought he was in Snatch.
Snatch? No? I know him from Snatch.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm mixing it up, aren't I? He wasn't in Snatch, was he? He wasn't in Snatch. It was Lock, Stock, wasn't it? I'm being an absolute cock.
No,
Yeah,
he was in.
I'm mixing
No,
them up
he was
back.
in Snatch. Jason Statham was in Snatch. Defo. Brad Pitt.
Of course he was.
Yeah.
So he was
Lock,
the role
Stock.
of Blake. He was in both films then. Right.
I didn't know he was in Lock, Stock. But then, in my
can't remember
defence,
him.
I haven't seen Lock, Stock in years. I ain't seen that film in years. But Snatch, definitely. I watched that a couple of months back. I love that film. Such a good, funny, English film. It's to the Yanks out there, go and watch Snatch. It's got Brad Pitt in it. There you go. It's great. It's a proper English film. Oh, they'd love it. They'd love it. Well, not Brad Pitt, but I don't know. It's just an American actor.
The Yanks really like British culture. Believe it or not. Contrary to popular belief,
it's their roots, isn't it? It's part of their roots. At the end of the day, so
it's not really because of that. It's the whole exotic thing. See, like we like American stuff and American diners and stuff like that, and American cars and all that. It's the same thing for them with the British. They look at the little streets.
Never seen a castle before. They come here and they're like, "Fucking castle! Look, they've got a queen that still lives in a castle." Well, she don't, but yeah.
Listen,
she don't live in there, by the way, the Yanks.
The Yanks are more into medieval stuff than we are.
Yeah, they have fucking big old festivals and that, innit? Medieval. What do they call them? No, they're not called that though, are they? They're not called that.
They've got them medieval restaurant things where a servant will come round to you and ask you, "What would you like, madam?" And then they bring you some fucking giant turkey leg. Here you go. There you are. And there's a glass of mead for you, sir.
Smash it on the table.
The medieval stuff. I'll have another. Yeah, just chucking the flat.
Oh, memory, the 8th I am chucking fucking bones behind the back, innit?
Yeah.
Nah, but
then they have the medieval battles, where people dress up in armour and have fights.
Yeah.
They've got all that going on. They're more into it than we are. Game of Thrones and stuff like that has really put it through the root, and Vikings and all that. Fucking bang into it at the minute. It's massive.
Oh, you are breaking up.
More people.
You're breaking up quite bad, bro.
No worries. Is it better now? Is it?
Yeah, it's better now, but it just keeps going. It just keeps every now and again. But yeah,
Gotcha.
I know what you mean.
Oh, fucking Coach Bill there. I wouldn't say that. It's not inferior. It's just less deep. He said the reason why Americans like British culture is because we have culture and theirs is inferior. I wouldn't say that. Because I am absolutely obsessed with the Wild West. I absolutely love that. Yeah. Even though it's only short, it's only a short era. It's about 50 years. That's it. That American Wild West and it's about 50 years. It's 5 decades.
Yeah,
that's
look at what mark that's left on the world.
It's
the same with the pirate thing with us though as well, because that was short. Well, it was longer when it was longer, but it's still short. It was like what 100 years.
Right. Well, it was still going on then. the pirate kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it was only like 1600s.
Right, let's say like the
1700s.
Buccaneer thing, you know, the pirates that we all know, like that wear the headbands like me and fucking.
Probably all in all, being a bit generous, 200 years.
Yeah.
So 1600s, right up to early 1800s was kind of pirates, that kind of thing. But with the Caribbean and all that,
It's just
200.
that and the
maybe.
cowboy thing. There's a sort of I don't know. It's like a romance, isn't it? It's just that fucking freedom, that feeling of you've got to defend yourself. You can defend yourself, and it's like you're out there in the open, and everything's for the taking. And I don't know, man. I wouldn't say I'd like to have lived back then. Like, if I could swap my life now, yeah, but all the illnesses you could get and like fucking, your life could get taken from anything back then.
So
man. Like,
what?
Yeah.
So what? You know, so what? You can walk out the front door and get hit by a bus.
Yeah.
You know.
Walk out the door and get the fucking COVID. Now.
If I could pick a period, I think everyone knows what my period would have been. It would have been the 19th century. That late 19th century, you know, Jack the Ripper, Victorian era would have been my. I'm obsessed with that era. You know, the pipes, the suits, the smart dress, the gentleman persona, the top hats, the Victorian houses and stuff like that, sash windows, and I don't know. It's just something about that whole thing that just is so romantic to me. The handsome carriages and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just I love that. You know, I love that British 1800s or the Wild West 1800s. You can give me either one of them. I'll pick them over everything else. Close third would be the sailing the seven seas as a pirate, you know, that kind of thing. I can imagine it'd be boring though. Imagine being on a boat, like one of them great big ships, and it's lovely. It's got the big mast, the sails, all that stuff. You're eating limes and get your ration of rum a day, and you're sailing out to the Caribbean, to these lands you've never seen before. But there must be those months when you're sailing in the sea must be boring at times. Imagine those calm waters. There's no wind hardly, so you're not doing many knots.
Yeah.
And you're just stuck on this ship, and it's like, oh, what are we gonna do now? Well, there's nothing we can do. You're just looking out, and all you can see is sea and clouds, and it's like, oh god, this is fucking boring. What's going on here? I would be, yeah. I'd say that would have its downside to that. But then once you got to a Caribbean island and you jump off the ship and you're exploring this island, and I don't know, they didn't really look for treasure as they, you know, romanticize it in the films. And the Wild West wasn't full of gunfights and stuff like that, like they make out a bit. I mean, it's quite violent, but you didn't have them shootouts. They took 10 paces and, you know, draw. Most people were shot in the back of the head.
Yeah, they've always got to put some sort of spin on it. You know, to make it more interesting.
You got John Wayne, you know, like a sheriff walking around like John Wayne and that.
Yeah, I know. Pilgrim.
Giving it all this out. No,
Give me your penis, Pilgrim.
Yeah, hand over your guns, Pilgrim. No guns in town. It's my
I'm the
town.
only sheriff around here.
There's a little rumor I heard. There was actually Wyatt Earp that came up with a pistol whip.
Pistol whip, yeah. Yeah, I've heard you say.
Well, he was famous for it. He was famous for it at least. He'd get it. And it ain't like how you see in the films where they turn it around and then hit you with the butt of the gun. He didn't do that. The heaviest part of the gun was the barrel. So he would take the barrel, the gun in his hand like that, and smack you over the head with a barrel and drag you out of the bar. He was famous for that. He did that a lot.
It's fucking
that
naughty,
was his main move. He did that far more than he ever did shoot people. He'd take the you know, hold the gun by the, I don't know what you call that bit, but it would be barrel, not
that
the barrel.
Naughty. I know what you're saying. The spinny thing.
What do you call that? Is that no, the barrel?
I don't know. Actually, what spindle?
The chamber?
Chamber? No, chamber's the. Yeah, that is the chamber. But it's not the chamber. But it's not.
Where you put the rounds in?
Yeah, that fucking spin. I'm going to call it the spindle. Someone correct me. I'm going to call it that from now on.
Americans in the chat. What do you call that part of the revolver where you put the cartridges in? Is that the barrel?
I watched something like sort of like a no-brainer thing when you hear it, but that's something that you just don't really think of. So it's like how many? So you had a 6-shooter. How many rounds do you put?
5-shooter. 5-shooter.
5.
5.
What are you on about?
They hardly ever. Only inexperienced people would carry.
Yeah, this is what I was just going to say. So you don't ever put 6 rounds in because it'll go off and shoot in the leg.
Can do, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, if you get a slight knock, fall off your horse.
So you'd have that.
Or
you'd have that one chamber.
Yeah,
that didn't
and
have
never loaded it.
a bullet in it because the hammer could accidentally cock and go off.
That's
as you put it back in your.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they mainly only ever carried 5 shots in there. Yeah. It's called a cylinder of a gun. Okay, cylinder.
When you pull the trigger back, it moves the thing round anyway, and then you load it, didn't you? Ready to go. So that's why, and then, yeah.
It depended what gun you had. If you had a double action revolver, it'd do it for you. You could pull the trigger and it would spin
around. Yeah.
So you didn't need to cock it. Double action, you didn't need to cock it. Single action, you need to cock it to fire it.
Do you remember that one? I think I got a fucking toy, but it's from Disneyland or whatever. That used to do it, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that thing I had? But it was proper made of metal, wasn't it?
Yeah, double action.
Nice little.
Yeah, it was a good little toy. It's called the cylinder of the gun. Right, there you go. That's good. Victorian England would have been fantastic as long as you weren't a pauper. Height of the empire. Yeah, it was. Most European countries had an upside to the 1820s to early 1900s. Fun fact, America was the only superpower not to invent a jet engine independently during World War II. Even the commies invented one. Well, there you go.
Fucking hell.
That's something. It is interesting. It is interesting. And I think I would have liked...
Sorry.
What's that? Go on.
No, I was just going to say, like, I suppose, like, when you say independently, I suppose with allies, you didn't really need to. What's the point? Once an invention's made, you might as well just borrow the plans. So, I suppose there's no need. It's just a waste of resources, isn't it?
Most people do that, yeah. Most, not people, most countries would do that. Governments way.
It's like there's a lot of inventions that we never invented, like we got from the Romans. Like simple things like sewage and fucking,
Plumbing, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
plumbing
we had a massive problem.
Even cement. Even cement. It's like we didn't invent that. The Romans did. Just houses. It's like we was fascinated with their houses because we was like, we ain't got shit like this. It's like everyone can have a house. What? No, they can't. That's a luxury. It's like in Rome, people had houses. It's like, yeah, I got a house. You got a fucking hut. You fucking peasant.
I think it would have been.
Roads.
I just would have enjoyed it more, the simpler stuff,
Yeah, I know. It's like Rome had this vision of everyone being under one. It's like, no, mate, it don't work. It failed. Stop doing that. European Union, it doesn't work. Leave people alone. Rome should be one fucking thing that should tell you that.
Yeah, do you know that what happened in the 1800s with our cities and stuff as well? Especially London, the Great Stink.
Yeah. Oh, I watched the whole video on that. I just can't think of the guy's name. But he had to come up with this whole plan to widen the sewage system so it'd be enough. But it's like, we're going through that now. Again, not the Great Stink, but it'll be something else. With wet wipes and fat that comes from fast food restaurants. They pour it down the fucking... Burps. Yeah, so we're going through it again. That's going to need a total reinvention, like a overhaul. It's going to need an overhaul, the sewage system. But we'll get over it. We'll work it out. Pretty sure we will.
We normally do.
Yeah.
Normally do. But yeah, the Great Stink Do you know, in, I think it was 1872, there was a ship called the Princess Alice
Yeah.
that collided with another ship in the Thames, and it had 600 people on board, or 650 people, and they all died because the ship actually capsized, and then people died because they drowned in shit that was in the Thames, and that's what caused. They drowned in shit. Yeah, literally.
That is like I don't know what a worse way is to die. I mean, apart from getting your anus pulled out by some pliers and you die, someone just goes to town.
It's a savage way to go, isn't it? It's totally savage way to go. But that's what happened. They drowned in shit. Other people's shit.
And the people on the Titanic thought they was unlucky. You know?
I don't know, drown in shit or freeze to death. Which one?
What would be quicker?
Drowning in
shit, probably. Yeah, but it's just such a it's got that +1 though, isn't it? It's like it's got a +1.
Yeah.
So it's like drowning and cold, I suppose. Yeah, drowning and then it's cold. That's a +1 too. But would I rather cold or shit? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it'd be a horrible way to go, regardless, isn't it?
They're both rank.
It's a bad way to go. Bad way to go.
I suppose it'd probably be quicker to die in the cold because obviously as you get colder you start to panic more, and then I suppose cold's better because once hypothermia sets in, you don't feel it anyway. It's like morphine.
I don't know, I suppose drowning in shit is, in theory, like a bad way to go, but it's no different from drowning in water, is it?
No.
Because you're not really tasting anything. You're just breathing in, and then you can't breathe, and then you go. Dying being cold, fucking hell.
Yeah, but that numbness sets in, and it's like morphine. Apparently, you start to feel warm after a while. You do. You start to feel warm.
Imagine the autopsy of that. You're cutting people's lungs open. Oh, you smell of shit. Oh, yeah, they drown in shit. They drown in shit.
Oh man. No, nowadays it ain't even
but
that.
People used to get paid for pulling the bodies out. They used to get like 50 shillings or something like that, 50 shillings for pulling out a body that was that had drowned in shit. Something like that, 15 shillings, something like that.
It was so congested with shit. The River Thames. It was that bad. The fuck is wrong with us? That's like India now. It's India now, isn't it? That's what India's going through.
The Thames is still recovering from that.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it on Google Earth. You can see it when you go there. You look on Google Earth, and it is just you see all this muck coming out of it. Probably not just shit now, but it's definitely muck of some kind, and you just see it floating away. I am gonna grab a piss, and I'll be back.
Yeah, no worries. They're rotten, aren't they? Right, while I've got a minute, I'm going to shamelessly plug Coffee Uncaged. You can get coffee with my boat race on it. Now listen, this ain't me earning, nothing out of this or whatever else. Genuinely, this is a fucking pucker coffee. Like seriously, if you like your coffee and you like your Colombian blends, this is the shit. This is the shit. Maverick Co. have brought this coffee out. Have worked really fucking hard to get this. Done all the work. I'm doing fuck all, other than plugging it and other than enjoying it. Trust me, grab it from www.maverick with a K .shop. Right? Trust me, it's worth it. And right now I'm drinking a Fireman Sour. Obviously, it's a bit late to be drinking coffee for me. I want to be drinking coffee and staying up all night. But in the morning, I guarantee you, what I'm having there is a nice drop of that. But at the minute, that's a Fireman Sour, by the way. A fireman's sour with that plantation Jamaican rum. Fucking lovely. Oh, Jesus, that's good. Trust me. Fireman's sour, well worth having it. Your ear grows really quick, doesn't it?
When was it shaving last?
I don't think it was that long ago. Was it?
It feels like it was. Let me pull my
October?
photos up and have a look.
The Egyptians were. Oh, here we go. White Earp and Doc Holliday are interesting characters. Yeah, I love White Earp and Doc Holliday. Me and my brother grew up watching Tombstone films like that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because of Dad. Fucking blinding. Loved it. Big one was Rhodes. We did actually reinvent cement, the technique that was lost for thousands of years and then was rediscovered by a bricklayer from somewhere like Leeds. Boris Bolton, that's interesting. Reinvented cement.
Yeah, apparently they found out how they did Roman cement now. If you look like the things like the aqueducts and the Colosseum and all that still standing and still strong. It's like apparently it's like if you see some brick walls, you've probably seen loads of them, bruv, doing work and that, and you scrape the joints and it's just all sand and lime falling out, and there's barely any actual cement in there. And it's like our cement lasts about it don't even last really that long, a couple of 100 years maybe.
Not that stuff with the lime in it, no.
No, sand and lime shit is literally that's what we used to use in bricklaying class. For anyone that don't know, I'm actually a qualified bricklayer. I went to college and everything, and we used to use sand and lime because you could just kick it down. So you build a wall and kick it down next day. But yeah, shit.
So Egyptians were masters. Yeah, they was pretty good.
I still think they stumbled upon them ruins. Yeah, I don't think there was anything to do that. As a Christian, I do believe in the Great Flood, and I believe in the Nephilim. So anyone that don't know Nephilim, I know I'm getting a bit deep here, but just Google it. Yeah. Just Google it.
Scandinavian words have become a part of English language still used today. Nevertheless, Vikings also began to speak Anglo-Celtic. Yeah, it's true. That's how we evolved this language. We got a bit of French, a bit of Latin, a bit of the Scandinavian twang in there. Like English language is a proper bastardised language. There's loads of different things that are in it.
Sounds like my missus.
Still good. Yeah. Everyone who's tried any of the 4 coffees speak highly of them. Invest people. Thank you, Danny Byrne. Appreciate that. Whitby, White Farm, Derby. Place where deer are found. Harrogate. Place of the road. Hills. Stone, Sheffield. Fields by the river. There you go. Great movies. The Strength, it was great movies.
Yeah, the Sumerian tablets are very interesting. That is true. Zachariah Sitchin. Zachariah Sitchin, man. I know about them Sumerian tablets.
I tell you where else there's Viking settlements. If anyone's been to Dover, there's a museum there where they still have a slightly preserved Viking ship. It's not really a ship. It's more of like a big boat sort of thing. Not like a ship how we think of a ship. But you can go there and see it, and it was preserved because it was in like sludgy shit, like swamp stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they were something like that, and they stumbled across it. But some of the builders had destroyed it because they were thinking it was. Yeah, that's it. And it had all the tools and stuff that they used to carve it, right? Early forms of like chisels and stuff like that. It's quite sick. It's quite good. Fucking engineering.
What they had done? They'd obviously dragged it into land and tried to hide it or some shit. You know.
Or built it, or was building it. I don't know. I went to this museum in Dover, and it was amazing. The history around Dover is fucking incredible.
See, that's like
absolutely
the other
incredible.
way round, isn't it? So they've obviously gone down the English Channel.
They raided all different parts of Ireland and England.
Yeah, because it went to Ireland as well, didn't they? How the fuck? They were geniuses. You'd put up to Britain and be like, is that Ireland or not? I don't know. Like
they called us the Angles.
Yeah, but then they'd be like, that's England, so we need to go past that. Geniuses. Back then,
yeah,
just using the stars, fucking geniuses, man. That's England right there. How the fuck do you know unless you pull up there and go, hello, mate, how you doing? Like, all right.
Yeah. They just try to do it in a cloudy night.
Yeah. And all the islands around Scotland, that part of Scotland where they have to go through and then keep going, you fucking geniuses. Vikings, man. You fucking geniuses. It's madness. Try doing it. Look on Google Earth and try and navigate that with nothing but the stars. Fucking unbelievable. Innit? It's just mad. It's just mad.
Sumerian tablets are very interesting, Fonzie, from Danny Byrne.
Yeah, no, I answered that. Yeah, I answered it. Very, very interesting.
Vikings were the first to colonize America too. Yeah, they were there. You can get Viking settlements in America as well, in the woods and stuff. They even cover that in Red Dead, the game. You can find a Viking settlement, and you find like a helmet and an axe, a Viking axe.
Yeah. In
Red Dead, because it's in like this. They dug like these trenches almost, like trenches, and then little tunnels and stuff. They're all sort of bricked up and all this. And you're like, what is this place? And if you look at it from like a bird's eye view, it's a Viking place.
The mounds. Yeah. You're talking about. Yeah. They ain't the only ones to do that. The Native Americans also did mounds. Mounds are like a universal thing. The Chinese did mounds as well. Chinese actually did one of the biggest mounds ever to one of their emperors or, kings or whatever you want to call him. Emperor, I believe. But then,
emperor.
Yeah, Chinese would have called it emperor, but to us, we'd call it king, didn't we? Same sort of fucking thing. But then they made this massive fucking mound for one of their kings. And it seems to be just the humans do it. And all it is to stop treasure stealers, looters. But then there you go. That's what they believe they've done the pyramids for, which is absolute horseshit. The pyramids didn't even have any pharaohs buried in them. There was no one at all buried inside any pyramid ever. No pharaohs buried in any of them. So as it stands, what is the point of them? Don't know. I have a clue.
I wonder.
Well, there's
What's
actually
your clue?
so it kind of relates to Nikola Tesla. That they could have been some sort of ancient power plant because they had a gold top. They used to have a gold top until people fucking robbed it all. And underneath these tunnel systems, which like water used to flow through there from the Nile, and they could have been power plants. But that's really yeah. Crazy shit. But they're basically a conductor and also placed at the very centre of the Earth. The way that it spins, maybe that's something to do with it, which is what Tesla believed in. That power comes from an unlimited supply, which is actually in the atmosphere, in the Earth's aura. It's fucking mad. But makes a lot of fucking sense. Well, there was no one ever buried in them. Why would you build these massive structures? And actually, it's written in history that the Egyptians themselves, when asked who built them, they said, we didn't build them. They actually admitted that they didn't build them. They stumbled upon. Their whole culture is built around it. That they stumbled upon these things, and basically took them for themselves. But it's even the Egyptians themselves admitted it that they didn't build them.
That's fucking mental.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's fucking mental.
But it's true. There's evidence of flood, related shit. Well, it's actually scientific fact as well, that a great flood happened. That is scientific fact that a flood happened.
Well,
So-
obviously that part of Africa was under sea at some point. There wouldn't be sand there otherwise,
Well,
right?
yeah, but it goes even deeper. To give credit to what you've just said, there is evidence of like something pushing and pulling the earth, which is, what could it be? It's obviously water. But when you look at an image of Africa specifically, the desert, you see, it's blatant. It's blatant that there's these, only patterns that water makes, pulling and pushing in, like, pushing and pulling back. So when
Have they found fossils in the deserts?
Yeah. Whale fossils and stuff.
We find fossils all the time in America.
Yeah.
Right, in South America. That's definite. Do they find them
in the desert? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even like in places like America and that, dinosaur fossils specifically as well. In like, you say like a big flood came, and then in like a, I don't know if I'm only going to call it a crater, but like a hole, and then pushed up together, squashed all on top of each other, and then they've all died in this one place, which sometimes with evidence of like chewing on something still, and food in their belly, and then that, which is quite weird. I suggest you Google that. Like, for anyone that doesn't believe in that kind of thing, just Google that thing about dinosaurs being found in clumps, with food still in their mouth, bent up in weird shapes, broken limbs. Well, that could happen over time, you could say. Yeah, it could, definitely. But they're all in like mounds, which is evidence of something like the water. Yeah, it could be from the meteor, like as people believe in. But yeah, they're found in clumps. But it gives credit to a great flood. And every single civilization, but by the way, believes in a great flood. Every single civilization, to the Maori, to the Chinese, to the Japanese, to the Russians, to any native culture, believes in that once there was a great flood, especially like the Mayans and they believe in it as well, that there was just this monumental, like, fucking huge, great big fucking flood.
I wonder what happened. The North Pole melt, South Pole melt.
As Christians, we're encouraged to believe in that was, done by God. As anyone at the big meteor.
Could have been a meteor that hit the sea and just fucking...
Gulf of Mexico, wasn't it?
Push.
That's what they say.
Oh, there was a massive meteor that hit Mexico. They know that for a fact.
Yeah, Gulf of Mexico.
But here we go. Yeah, look, Indo-Europeans actually invented the wheel, not Egyptians yet, or ancient summers to popular belief. True. Ancient Sumerians come across the wheel. Indo-Europeans also created chariots, not the Romans. Indo-Europeans' DNA stems from Northern Europe, Northern and Western Europeans. Yeah.
See, Viking Essex. Yeah, man. To what you're saying. That would be the earliest known records of it. It could have been invented before then, but the earliest known records you're saying.
Earliest known, yeah. I'll tell you an interesting thing I see. Do you know about the African bear?
Yeah. I watched. Was it that geezer? That on.
Well, no, I knew about it before that because of like the Walking with Dinosaurs people. They show it. The snout-nosed bear.
Yeah.
That's what it was. A snout-nosed bear that died out in Africa, and that was a lot to do with the Romans.
Romans killed off a lot of shit, man.
Yeah, they're fucking going out there hunting these mountain bears to bring them back to fight in the Colosseums. Trapping them and it fucked them up. And they've got an Atlas bear, innit? That's
it. Yeah.
Atlas bear, and it was a fucking massive bear, and
fucking huge.
That's why, you don't get bears in Africa. Like everywhere else on the planet, you get like a bear of some sort. in Europe, Russia, China, all them Asian countries, they've got some sort of bear. But the African, as big as Africa is, there's no bear. But there was up in the where the mountains were. There was a bear, and it
What
was
a
the
shame.
Atlas bear. I know.
Fucking
killed
Romans.
it off.
Dodo, which I don't know if I'm bothered by, to be honest. But don't really care about a dodo. Well, maybe I do. It'd be nice to see one. But
Tasty as fuck.
the bear,
Apparently.
definitely, yeah. But also, what did they kill off? We killed off the Galapagos.
What, the turtle?
Galapagos tortoise, yeah.
No, they're still alive.
Which apparently was really tasty. No, there was a certain species then. I'm getting that one wrong then. We killed
No, you're
off
not. They thought they'd killed it off, yeah. They thought they'd killed it off, but they hadn't.
We need to breed that
Lucky
fucker
enough.
like mad. We need to breed that
Yeah.
fucker like mad. I want to fucking taste one. I don't want to kill it off, but I want to taste one. But they definitely killed off a type of fish, which apparently tasted like ketchup. But it was really super tasty. Yeah, the Romans. They overfished this fucking fish. But apparently, once you tasted it, it was so delicious. Like, a bit like that tortoise. You would just crave it. You'd be like mad. A bit like the, if anyone knows the episode of Futurama, where that squid guy tastes sardines, and he's like, oh, fucking hell, I want more of that. Yeah, he goes fucking crazy. Like,
Yes.
but apparently
The
that's...
pictures derived from Turkey by DNA evidence. Is that right?
That is interesting there, because, as I say they stumbled on the pyramids. They didn't make the pyramids, and they say that in their culture. They say we stumbled. They say it's like the gods made it, which is why you got to look into the Nephilim, and also Roman structures. That's another thing I didn't cover. There's certain Roman structures and Greek structures as well, which when you look at the base of the structure, it's massive megalithic blocks, huge, great big blocks. And then on top of that, you've got Roman and Greek, building. And it's nowhere near how big the blocks are on the bottom. They're tiny compared. So anything built above it is like tiny. The foundations are huge. So they came across these places. Yeah. It's fucking nuts.
There we go. So what are we saying? Where do we go from here? Turkey DNA. That makes sense, because if you do DNA tests on the Maoris and stuff like that, they trace them all the way back to Peru.
Yeah.
And then before that, back to what was ancient Persia. So they were like a Persian. That's what they said. There was a Persian people that were driven from Persia, and they took these boats and then sailed around. They went right.
Would make sense
way
of why
round
they're
to-
so militant, because they were militant. They still had militant, like they would get in lines and fight, and it'd be like hold your line, and they were militant, defo, like get there and try and scare the enemy. So that would make sense. They had a sort of, you would only get that from one place, having massive battles, which is why we developed these fucking things. So for small islanders to have fights in tribes and that, you'd think it would be a bit more brutal, or unorganised, and you'd run out there and just fight. And so that would make a lot of sense to me. Persia was very militant, and had the understanding. They fought the Greeks, and they fought they fought a lot of people around them, and they had these strategies and military tactics. So fucking makes sense. Makes a lot of fucking sense, that does.
Perfect sense. Perfect sense. But I was watching a thing the other day on a Viking. I'll tell you about it now. He was a brutal Viking, or a Norse person back then. But he actually was a poet as well.
What, and didn't know it?
No, he did know it. He was even poet today say how good his work was for the time. It's Meet the Viking That Couldn't Be Killed. Here we go. Right. Now, he was... I've got to find out his name.
I know who you're talking about. I've heard it, but
Just facts, blah blah blah. Meet the Viking That Couldn't Be Killed. I've got to figure out his name. The Viking That Couldn't Be Killed. But basically, he grew up, around that time. He grew up and he was not picked on, but people tried that shit with him. So basically, when he was a kid, he was cheated in a game, in a sporting event, by other kids, and he didn't like this. So, being a good Viking, he went back and got his dad's axe, the biggest axe his dad had. Ivor the Boneless, was that him? A Viking leader? No, that's not him.
I've heard of him.
No, that's not him. It's this guy, but I need to find out his fucking...
But the translations are very loose, aren't they, as well, to his poems? They probably were... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name, but I know there's a poet. Oh, thanks, babe.
I got him. Egil Skallagrimsson.
Did you hear that? Willie!
Oh, you want to see Uncle Willie? Come here, then. You can't come on screen. There he is.
Hello.
Sorry, peeps. My daughter wants to see. She's laughing.
Hey.
She's giggling.
Hey. It's Uncle Wooey. Hello.
Uncle Willie!
How are you? Are you good?
Come then. Come.
Go on, baby. Go on in, babe.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bless her. She's so beautiful. Anyway, he'd write poems and all this. Anyway, he went and got the biggest axe his dad had, and went and found one of the kids and put the axe through his head.
Nice. Sounds
Okay.
like Genghis Khan. That's what Genghis Khan did, didn't he?
But he was so fierce. Like, he was so fierce that he even killed the king's brother in a fight. And when he was brought to like trial and whatever else, the king actually sort of let him off. Fuck knows why.
What?
Yeah. Because I think the people that they sent after him, he killed them as well. And
Oh, so yeah, back then it's all about like worthiness, isn't it?
But it's that berserker thing. It's where the word berserk comes from. You know, berserkers, they would just go mental, and then they wouldn't feel pain, so they'd be being stabbed, being...
No, didn't they give them mushrooms before? I thought that's what they did.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's a theory that they were on some sort of drug or
yeah,
some sort of...
they mushroomed them up before, and then like sent them out, and they'd just go fucking mad. But I know what you're saying. I had a few people in my childhood that would say, "When I go mad, I see red, and that's it." And you know, they reckon that was it. And
yeah, we all do, mate. Calm down.
Yeah,
You know, we're gonna all lose our temper.
but then I can't stop.
Yeah, I've had that. You know, people talking to me like that. Yeah, all right, mate.
Yeah, no, I see red. I can see red. I can see red. Yeah, it's like, shut up, fucking idiot.
Shut up, Wally. Shut up, Wally. I don't get me wrong. You do black out a little bit, and you don't remember everything. But then, real fighters, you know, like MMA fighters, boxers, and stuff, they don't really remember the fights, round for round. They'll watch their fights back, and they're like, I don't even remember this bit.
Yeah.
You know, where they're getting hit and they're hitting back and stuff like that. They don't really remember them
Out
bits.
of fucking
like,
breath,
I don't
just like
remember that.
fucked. Yeah. She didn't put enough water in my fucking noodles, man. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting to watch that, to read up about him, because he was a poet, like a really nice poet, but also an absolute fucking killer. And he got in a fight with another fella, and he killed him. But then he went and killed his brother and his dad. like on separate occasions because he didn't want the repercussions. So he just went and done it anyway.
Yeah.
He just went and done them, and then he was just a maniac, just an absolute maniac. But the king actually had a soft spot for him because he was just so fierce. It's just like, I can't kill this man. He's just
Just a fucking nutcase.
Yeah, he's just a nutter, but fucking great poet. So quite like his style. There's a pyramid in Antarctica. Is that a fact?
Not a fact, no. But apparently. I mean, you can see it.
Is it a pyramid or an igloo?
You can see it. It's got like the sides. You can see in a mountain. They're very, very like, you know, perfectly shaped. But it's not proven, and whether it ever will be. But there is one in, I think, like Romania. I think somewhere like that. Which is it's got a load of cave systems in there. And you can see that the mountain's sort of like, or it might be Bulgaria. It's somewhere like that.
Not far from each other.
But it's somewhere like that, and it's you can see this mountain, and it's shaped very much like a pyramid, and they reckon it could just be buried.
Well,
yeah,
that's it. Yeah, a tactician remembers the Viking on the bridge that wouldn't die. He was a different Viking. I know what he's talking about. He was a different Viking, but he literally held off so many men for so fucking long on this bridge. Yeah, so that his tribe could get away, and he held them off for so. It's if you watch, there's a good YouTube video called the 10 best last stands of anyone, and you've got him in there. That Viking, he was getting stabbed. I think he had like 19 stab wounds in the end, where he was like on his knees, but still like. You know, not letting, and he was huge, an absolutely huge guy on this bridge. So the bridge worked to his favour because that kind of narrows the attackers. You know, they can't surround him, so they got to come to him face on. And he done loads. Yeah, they done him with a spear by a boat under the bridge. Is that how they done him in the end? Fucking hell, he just wouldn't die. But it was him. There was the samurai dude that fought and held off people for ages and stuff like that. Big last stands. I think even Blackbeard was in there as well, last stand. He died with like three or four musket shots and however many stab wounds before he would go down, Blackbeard.
From Captain Maynard, isn't it?
Yeah, Captain Maynard and his crew done Blackbeard in the end, and he just wouldn't give up. He was brutal.
He was a huge guy as well, wasn't he? He was a big guy.
I don't know if I don't know I've ever read that he was huge or particularly big. But I did find out that he wasn't around that long. For being the most famous pirate, right, which he is, there was far more successful pirates than him. Far more successful. I mean, Captain Morgan, who the rum's named after. I've spoke about him on the podcast before. He died a rich man. He died as the governor of Jamaica and stuff like that. He was actually, you know, far more successful.
Yeah, see, ain't got no height, nothing, you know. So there's nothing really.
What was his real name? Teach? Wasn't it William Teach?
Edward Teach.
Edward Teach. There you go, Edward Teach.
Yeah, it says it here, Edward Teach. But he was from Norfolk area,
Bristol, wasn't he?
I believe.
No, Bristol. Wasn't it?
Let me look it up then. Yeah.
Bristol. I think, or Plymouth. I'm sure it's Bristol. I've got Bristol in my head. They don't know exactly where he's from.
Lieutenant Robert Maynard killed him.
Yep.
Early life, Blackbeard's early life.
Bristol, wasn't it? Bristol?
He probably was, yeah. 17 sentence print. Don't really say.
Yeah, there was a female pirate that was lethal. Look her up, the female pirate, and she was actually a sexual partner of the most shit pirate ever, who was an Irishman. I'm not digging out the Irish again.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the truth.
Oh,
But
mate.
this guy was just an absolute fuck up, and she famously said something about him. Look her up. What was her name?
When you live like a dog, you'll also die like a dog.
Something like that, wasn't it? It was something horrible she said about it.
Yeah. Because he was going to hang, and they was in prison together, and she purposely got knocked up before she went in. So she had a baby, so she got let off under mercy of the king. And,
What was her name?
fucking hell. That's not a name. You just got me there. I know exactly who you thought. Mary? No, not Mary. Was it Mary?
I thought it was Mary. I was going to say Mary something.
Yeah, Mary. Famous female pirates. Mary. Anne Bonny. Anne Bonny?
Yeah, that's her.
Irish pirate operating in the Caribbean.
That's her.
Anne Bonny. Why did I say Mary though? Unless that's what she went by. Irish Pirates of the Caribbean, most famous female pirates of all time. The littlest known life comes largely from Captain Charles Johnson, a general history of pirates born in the Kingdom of Ireland. Bonny moved to London, then to the province of Carolina.
What was his name? His name
Caroline.
was Jack something. Was his name Jack something? Jack something.
Well, if I see his name here, she was about 10 years old. She moved to Nassau, the Bahamas. Jack Rackham.
Yeah.
That was it. He's so fucking useless. Mary, there we go. Here we go. And she met Jack Rackham and become pirates and a partner and lover along with Mary Read. I knew there was a Mary there. So we're not going mad, bruv. She often disguised herself as a man. That's it. And become one of the most recognised...
Must have been a lesbian.
Well, no, I don't think they were, because they got knocked up, but they stuck together, obviously being two women involved.
Yeah, there's even to this day, bruv, lesbians get with men and stuff like that because,
Yeah.
you know, they do that.
And Mary in
Quite
October. All three were sentenced to death, but Bonny and Reed had their executions stayed because of them being both pregnant. Exactly. Reed died of a fever in jail in which was complications of her pregnancy. But Bonny's fate is unknown.
All right.
Yeah.
She might have just got killed and thrown overboard, or just went overboard one day, something like that. Maybe.
But she definitely said to that Jack Rackham, she definitely said something along the lines of, if you live like a dog, then you die like one.
Definitely said that.
Something like that it was. But he was a piece of shit. He was just such a useless guy.
He fucked up loads of things. That he was doing.
And Bonny, Mary Read. Sorry guys, they've been posting it in there all along. Mary Read it is. Yeah. But yeah. Reed, I think it's IRED. I think.
Yeah, the most useless pirate of all time. Yeah. Just a fucking dick. Always. That's it. Calico Jack. Yeah, Calico Jack.
Calico
That's the
Jack,
name
right.
I remember. Calico Jack.
Yeah. Calico Jack.
Well done.
So bad.
He was just fucking useless, mate. Just couldn't catch a break.
But that's Captain Jack, isn't it? That's Captain Jack Sparrow.
Mary Read, there you go. That's funny. Mary Cricket. Mary Reid, it is. Diane Abbott. Something to do with Captain Pugwash, yeah. What was the Captain Pugwash? What was the boy's name? He's bloody hell! In that Captain Pugwash, they had funny names for everyone.
You beats me, bruv.
Yeah. It was a cartoon that used to be on Captain Pugwash, and there was a geezer called. They always had like funny names for the cabin boy and stuff like that. And Roger the that was it. Roger the cabin boy, wasn't it? Cause
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Roger.
The cabin boy. Yeah. Oh yeah, tactician. Well done. Yeah, Roger the cabin boy. Stuff like that. Always like those innuendos stuck in there all through the series.
Roger.
So funny. Captain Kidd's treasure still hasn't been discovered. The theory is it's located on an island in Nova Scotia, a place called the Money Pit. Was Captain Kidd real?
I like this guy. Viking Essex is my type of fucking guy, mate. We need to sit down in a pub one day and have a fucking beer. So
you know him, bro. You know him. He's in our group.
Yeah, I know.
On Telegram. Yeah.
Yeah, but we need to have a beer. I need to meet him. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. He's local. Put it that way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. But this guy. So yeah, the Money Pit, man. That is such an interesting story that I'll have to tell on here one day. So
yeah.
So it's Nova Scotia, and loads of people have tried to dig it up, and they even found like a tablet, not like the clay tablets, but someone had engraved on there, like 100 meters below or something. And then you would dig down, and you'd keep finding layers of wood, and bits to stop you getting from the bottom. But they had dug, whoever it was is so clever. They had dug a tunnel from the outside to the in, so if you got through, it would let in water, and then and that's what happened. So they got to this certain depth, and basically unleashed all the water, and it flooded in there, and it's still buried there now. But they reckon it's from anywhere to like.
I'm telling you now, around that fucking Caribbean, there must be so much treasure that's buried and stuff
No,
like
but
that.
this is Nova Scotia, so this is like Canada way, like.
I get what you're saying, because that's what he wrote in there. But I mean, around that Caribbean, around all them sort of places where the sailors would go, there must be so much buried treasure and stuff like that that's out there that we just ain't found yet, or no one's found. It must be unbelievable. Because some of them Caribbean islands, like Barbados, for instance, is purely like made of coral, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how they filter. They've got such clean water out there. It's filtered through coral, so it's just like water that you can't really get anywhere else.
There's even around about the time when the pirates was happening, like and at their prime as well. There was also the fucking earthquake, wasn't there? So there is parts of Kingston Town and that are underwater, buried. There's pirate towns under there now. Brick walls, fucking you name it, houses. They're all underwater, preserved how they were. Well, obviously corroded in some way. Yeah. But they're under there. They're buried. So there's lots of stuff to still be discovered in them areas, man. For sure. And quite a bit of that area is jungle. So I'm pretty sure there's loads of shit there.
Yeah, basically Viking Essex is Brexiteer.
Got ya.
In Telegram group. I'm sure that's his name when they're Brexiteer. But yeah, they apparently it's buried under a church, and you're not allowed to dig it up. Is that right?
What is this Money Pit's not? You think there's something else?
Or it could be treasures, all sorts.
Yeah, no, that is something else though.
Because the thing is, right? I've said this on another podcast before, and I don't want to have podcasts become repetitive, but the more you talk about something, the more it sort of sticks in your memory, the more knowledge you hold. But these pirates of the time, a lot of them were privateers. So they were working for the government or the country they came from.
Yeah.
So like British pirates were privateers for the British monarchy. So they were working on behalf of the Queen and whatever else. So they'd be told, look, listen, rob Dutch ships. We're at war with Holland at the minute. So rob Dutch ships. So they'd rob these Dutch ships. And then sometimes they wouldn't get the memo because you didn't have mobile phones back then to ring them up and say, oh, by the way, us and Holland, that beef is it's done now.
Yeah.
We've sorted it out. So they'd carry on robbing ships and then they would become pirates instead of privateers and stuff like that, you know, and then they're breaking the law.
With the Japs, didn't it? The Japs after World War II. They're surrounding islands, they were still out there for years. Like one of them even like fucking 20, 40 years. Something, you know, it's something wild. And they went there, the people went there and was like, they had to fight him to calm him down and be like, dude, the war's over. They had to actually capture him.
Yeah. He didn't know.
Jap,
Didn't know
he just didn't even know it's done.
Yeah, he'd been fighting 30 years. Still
on his own, like, you know.
Yeah, still think he's a one. Yeah, buccaneers, privateers, and pirates. Right. I'll tell you. I don't know if I've told this on the show before, but the difference between a buccaneer and a privateer: buccaneers would rob ships as they docked, so they were land pirates. That's what a buccaneer is. That's the difference between a buccaneer and a privateer and a pirate. Privateer is working on behalf of a government. A pirate is not working on behalf of a government, but robbing ships at sea. Buccaneers rob ships as they're on land. That's what a buccaneer is. So there you go. That's the difference. Oh, look at that. I didn't know you could put pictures in here. Look at that fucking thing. Based VLAD. What the fuck is that?
I can't see it.
You can't see it?
I can see it, but I can't see it.
It's like a lesbian holding a...
Oh my god.
Yeah. Holding a rainbow burqa wearing woman. Rainbow burqa wearing, so like, you know, LGBT style burqa. Right next to it is a Muslim woman in a burqa holding a lesbian's head on a stick. That's literally it. That's literally puts it down to a T. That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, you fucking retards. Wake the fuck up. Unbelievable.
It's true. It's so true. It's not even funny. But it is funny.
Yeah, I know. That is what you call spoilt. It's just like westernised people are just so spoilt now that you don't even know what you're fighting for.
The enemy.
Don't even know.
They're fighting for the enemy. They're fighting for like their literal biggest enemy. So that sums it up really. But anyway, back onto topic. Can you imagine how different the world would be if those European ships weren't going right across to the Americas and stuff like that? Ain't it weird how that turned out? Like, you had that Portuguese region, that huge Portuguese region of Brazil. It is massive, Brazil. You don't understand how big Brazil is. Like, I've been there. It's been lucky enough to go to Brazil.
It's huge.
But you think what a tiny portion of the world Portugal is. It's that tiny little cusp of Spain, isn't it? Like, it's just on that bit of Spain.
Yeah.
And they conquered loads, man. They were doing pretty well, you know, and that's how Brazil is there these days, you know. Even though Brazil is made up of all different types of people. A lot of Italians in Brazil. Did you know that? Loads of the Brazilians I know all come from like Italian descent, which is mad. I was like, fucking hell. Yeah, it's weird. But,
escaping thingy, what's his fucking face, isn't it? Probably
Mussolini and stuff.
Yeah,
well,
Mussolini. Just diving out.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know some pretty recent Italian descendants of Brazil. Like this guy, I know, a good friend of mine. his mum and dad are Italian, pretty much. Well, his dad's dead now. His mum's getting pretty old. But they were Italians that went to Brazil. So they couldn't have been, anything to do with Mussolini, whatever. But then you've got like the Venezuelans, the Argentinas and stuff, and they're more Spanish settled places. And they're smaller than Brazil.
Yeah.
Like Chile. And then you got like some of the islands that are in the Caribbean, like Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, or Cuba as they call it, Cuba. And they're like, Spanish, basically, Spanish descendant islands. But then you've got like the Jamaicas, the Barbadoses, and the Haitis, or Haiti. You say Haiti, didn't you?
Haiti, yeah.
They're like more Afro-Caribbean, so they're like African and British. Like Barbados is very British. Jamaica's very British. But then like Haiti's more like Spanish kind of. It's weird. It's weird. They even got like their own languages. Obviously, that the Jamaican patois and shit like that. But like Barbadians have got this Bajan. It's called Bajan. It's a completely different language. It's like pidgin English, but like very mixed up. It's weird. It's proper weird.
It's fucked.
Looking into it, when I was looking into it, I was like, "Fuck, man."
Yeah, even sometimes like the way the Australians speak confuses me, and that's like no, but honestly, I'm just being honest.
It's basically English.
It's basically English, but then they call things weird shit. Like
Kangaroo.
for instance, like I was watching Mad Max, and like something so stupid, yeah. But like, like dog food. Mm-hmm. It's called Dinky D, but like like Dinky. Like,
they do that, man.
Yeah, it's like what I'm talking. I'm glad you know what I'm talking about because it's like it's just weird shit. It's like.
Yeah, or they call sandals. They've got a weird name for sandals.
Yeah,
like flip-flops. They call it. Oh, what do they call Australia? I'll find it because it probably made me
but
laugh.
I'm glad you know what I'm talking about because it's like Dinky D. It's like for a dog. That's what you would call a dog, Dinky D. Like
I'll find out what Australians call sandals because it proper made me laugh.
They just got this weird but it is us. It's like it's British, but it's just like what the fuck are you doing? Oh man, I wish I could think of another example, but there's loads of shit like that you just hear about the Australians and thongs.
Pluggers, that's it.
Oh yeah, pluggers, yeah.
Pluggers. Yeah, I was watching this right funny video, right? Two Australian dudes, and they managed to stop a robbery. So it's called like on YouTube. If anyone wants to watch it, I'm pretty sure it's called the most Australian interview ever.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Go on. Yeah.
I think I know you're talking about. You're talking about the toothless geezer with the long hair, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not him. Not
him.
I know the one you're talking about, but it's not
he's
that.
Hilarious.
It's these two Australian dudes, and they're standing there in this shop. You're talking about the one guy that chased the fella down the street, but no, this is another one, different one. And they've got two Australian morning show hosts. They're sitting there and they're like, "Hey guys, how you doing?"
It's to do with rugby, isn't it? Is it to do about rugby? No, go on, tell it.
I don't think so, but whatever. They're talking to him. They said, "Yeah, we was just going out, we was walking around and we got to this petrol garage and blah, 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 and all this shit, right?" And he says, so I hopped over the fence and I busted me pluggers.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck pluggers was. And this morning show host is crying, laughing. He's like, "Oh my God, what?" He's like, "Yeah, I busted me pluggers." So I had to look it up. I was like, "What the fuck are pluggers?" And they're sandals. What they call sandals. And like, pluggers? Where the fuck did you get that name? Why? When did they become pluggers? Like, a plug's a plug. You put it in. It must be because of the, like they attach Havanas. You ever seen Havana sandals?
Yeah, and they pop it in.
That's by plugs, isn't it? So it must be that. So it's almost a Cockney accent, isn't it? I think that's why Cockneys can do Australian accents pretty easy. It's just the same sort of thing. I busted me pluggers, and then they went in this shop anyway, and they managed to stop the robbers somehow. But it's fucking funny. It's well worth watching.
I know. He's the one because he was saying about like I think he played for some team or like only had like a Sunday thing, but he's saying about fucking rugby or whatever.
They're so casual about it, stopping this robbery.
Just
walked over there, bust me pluggers, no.
Don't expect anything for it. Don't expect any publicity, basically. I'm gonna go to the toilet. I'll be back.
Yeah, go on, no worries. Well, the other one Fonzie was talking about was this fella. He's got like teeth missing and shit, and he was in bed wearing nothing but his PJs, and I think they even had a weird word for that. The Australians, their PJs, wearing nothing but me pants or something like that. Or what did he say? Something along them lines. But he come out and he said, "I've been going to this shop. I've been going to this shop my whole life, It's my mate's shop. He's a mate of mine, and these guys robbed it. So he's gone after him in his car, and fucking sped after the fellas, kept following him, staying on the phone to the police, and managed to get these robbers caught. But it's the most Australian interviews ever. You can watch them on YouTube. They're hilarious. So funny when you get them casual, common working men Australians. Talking as they do. Yeah, I've got cold all of a sudden. Dude, I've chucked my bomber jacket on because I've got the windows open. When I smoke a cigar, you've got to have the windows open because the cigar will stink out your whole house, man. Cigars are powerful. So I had to chuck it on. But we're approaching 2 hours now. Fucking hell. Is that 2 hours already? Jesus Christ. What's happening? Fonzie's back.
Well done. Yeah,
I was just telling him about the other one. The geezer with the tooth missing. They robbed his local shop, wasn't it? And he was his mate. He's been going to that shop for years.
Yeah, it's jokes.
But yeah, he was saying some weird words like that.
Yeah, but it's like things like they call like a wild dog like a dingo. It's like
that's a dingo, yeah.
Yeah, that weird shit like that.
Kangaroos.
But
they had a bit of a revolt over there in Australia against the British government and stuff. Because there was like the Irish.
It's coming, isn't it? It's coming.
Sending a lot of Irish over there, and I mean, even anyone heard the story about who was the famous bank robber over there? Was it Kelly, wasn't it?
Oh shit, yeah, Kelly saying, yeah.
Ned Kelly, yeah.
Ned Kelly, that's it.
Could be using as a repair fix for a tyre blowout. Pluggers. I wonder, why do they call... I'm going to look it up. I want to know now.
What's this revolt? Like, what are you talking about? Come on.
Oh, basically, they got fed up with the British being, in control of them, sort of thing, over there. Yeah. It's what they call us pommies, isn't it? It's a person of Mother England, pommy. But people thought.
I mean, I'd be sick of us as well. I think lately, we're like last I don't know, close to 50 years probably. We're just a disgrace. We're just fucking. I can't stand this country anymore. We just don't stand up for nothing. We just don't do anything. We just sit on our arse and we're too comfortable. And that's exactly as I know. I mentioned it earlier, but it's exactly the same as the Roman Empire. They just failed because they just didn't do enough. They just got too comfortable.
Well,
we're sick of it.
We've been born in the middle of the demise of the British Empire, really, haven't we? Because it was the 1800s, early 1900s. We're at the top of our game.
We are trying to please everyone. That's our problem.
And now we're sort of saying, sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah. It's like, fuck off. Anyone would have done it. They've all done it. Mongols, the Romans, British Empire, Spanish empires. They all done it. They've all done it. It's all been part and parcel of making the Western world. You know, you can't keep fucking apologising for it because it's happened. You can't, you know, you can't please everyone. If you try and please everyone, you end up pleasing no one.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? It's like holding a dinner party.
Mm-hmm.
One geezer wants beef, one geezer wants lamb, one wants pork, one wants wine with his meal, the others want beer. You can't please everyone. You can't keep giving it all out. You'll end up with nothing yourself. And
but it's not just that; it's the backing down. It's the admittance. It's like
yeah, the cowards.
Why not just admit to it and then go, yeah, let's move on. Like, yeah, whatever. That happened years ago. I weren't in charge then. The people that are in fucking in the British Empire, living under its, you know, they're not part of it either. It's just move on and get on with their lives.
Me personally, I say fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Don't like it, whatever. Because there's plenty of countries out there that still like it. Still like the British being involved.
Yeah.
They still appreciate the British being involved and protecting them and whatever else. Like you got the little island Gibraltar, you got Barbados. Still embrace their British history, as well as their Caribbean and Afro-Caribbean history. And, you know, being a part of that. And they're like, yeah, this is what happened. So what? You know, now we've got this country now. You know, Barbados, this little island, or Gibraltar, you know, the Argentinian fucking the Falklands and whatever. Yeah, we're cool with that. It's fine. It's good. The Maltese love us.
It's just a shame, yeah. It's just a shame because no, they won't love us for long. I tell you, because of that fucking lefty sway we've got. He's just our demise. It's just like they're just all going to break away and go, fuck you cunts.
That lefty shit is a small population.
Yeah.
It's a small part of the population, that lefty shit. But it's also the media. That's the trouble.
Definitely.
All you've got to do, right, is if you read some ultra lefty story, take that Gina Carano incident, right?
Right.
Just for an example, because it's recent. And because we can, you know, currently talk about it and it makes sense and it's something everyone can look up and not have to dig too deep, right? Just go onto the articles about it and read the comments. So you see a Gina Carano article, even a Guardian article, read the comments and all the comments will be against what's happened. A small part of the population want this lefty PC SJW fucking woke bullshit.
Cancer.
A small part of the population.
I call it cancer.
The general public are against it. They're just like, this is bollocks. Fuck this. Don't like it. Don't like what's going on. So these lefties are now starting to piss off the middle ground. The middle ground. You know them people that can be swayed left or right?
Yeah.
They're just like, I want what's best for me at the minute. Right? They're all against this woke culture. They hate it. Most people hate it. It's only a small part of the population that actually want it. But the media are pushing it. They're like, I've got an agenda. They're very left. And
wonder why.
It's going to be the snake that eats its own tail.
Yeah, well, that's what it says in the good book anyway. It already says that.
Mm-hmm.
It says 8 years of tyranny and bad shit, and then it's going to stop. Well, it ain't even started yet.
Yeah.
But it will do. But yeah, it says it's going to happen. People like me and you, people like us, and people that are watching, people like us, we are going to win anyway. But it's just having to fucking deal with it.
Someone's knocking the door, Bob.
No, that's me. I've left the door open. Can you check me out a Carlin?
A Carlin. 1 sec.
Yeah. All right. I looked like that because I thought left the front door open. I don't think that's what it was. True meaning is that the flip-flop part. He's still on about the flip-flops. Barbary pirates enslaved only white people. They trade for human. Yeah, well, slavery was 100% helped by the blacks anyway, because as if the white people would have known where to find them. Just roll up there and start looking around.
Kelly had an Irish accent, didn't he? Maybe in the films, yeah. Maybe in the films. Don't know if he did that. I think he may well have come from Irish descent. I don't know if he did actually have an Irish accent. I mean, no one would know but the people that knew him, really. But he did come from Irish descent, as far as I know. True meaning is that flip-flop of the... Oh, hang on. Whoa. Diddle's got it here. True meaning is that the flip-flop part of the rubber is like a plug shape. Yep, that part of the footwear.
Yeah, that's what we said. You know, where you push it in. Sometimes it comes out.
Plugs in. Yeah, pluggers.
Pluggers.
Barbary pirates enslaved only white people. Their slave trade of human slaves was more barbaric. There you go. The Barbaries. African things. Yeah.
What about the Vikings?
You know what?
They didn't enslave people, did they?
With the
Romans.
With the slave thing, because obviously the lefties talking point, one of their main fucking talking points is slavery, right? Mm-hmm. Huge part of their thing is slavery, slavery. Yes. I don't know any white people that aren't a bit like, oh, slavery, yeah, it's fucking terrible. Can't believe that happened. Most white people are like that. You know, we're a bit like, yeah, slavery's terrible. I think we can all agree that human slavery is a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that ain't. Right? Just because we don't bang on about it and be woke about it and be, oh my God, I feel guilty and want to give people reparations, because I had nothing to do with slavery. I don't know if anyone knows, but I've never owned a slave. I never would own a slave. I mean...
Bitterman,
that's a butler. I pay him. But yeah, no.
There is a difference.
You know, that's a transaction between me and him. That's, you know, I employ him to do the job. But whatever. Anyway, Africa and some parts of Asia still have slavery.
That's what I was saying.
They still have it.
The
Arabs, still legal.
The Arabs, I would say, were the ones who invented it.
Under Sharia law, you can still own a slave.
There you go. And the lefties want it over here.
So, you know, all this goody two shoes bullshit is actually a massive contradiction. And the you know, the one place that slavery did start, they still have it. So, I mean, we abolished that quite a long time ago, right? I mean, England was the first place in the world to abolish slavery and make it illegal. Now, I'm not saying that the black people don't have a right to be a bit pissed off about it and look back on it and be like, fucking terrible. But you can't use it as a fucking excuse for the modern world now. Like in America, in Western civilization, you can't keep banging on about slavery.
I mean, I absolutely agree with most of what you said there, apart from you don't think they can look back and be annoyed about it. They weren't alive. They weren't there. They didn't witness it. And also, it doesn't affect their lives now. And it's just a stupid thing to even talk about. It's just, why is it even spoke about? It's all done and dusted. Like, what can you do about it? It's done. It happened. Not only that, their own people was involved. It didn't start in Britain. It ended in Britain. We ended it.
First people.
This has been going back since the fucking Romans, since the you know, the Arabs and Greece, and they would go there, invade one of the fucking local cities, and then everyone in there would be made a slave.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended it. We should be fucking celebrated. Yeah, we was part of it, but we was the first ones to go, hang on, this ain't fucking right. We were slaves to the Romans.
You still had slavery. You're still guilty of slavery. You've earned out of slavery. I haven't earned a fucking penny out of slavery. I haven't earned a penny. I never did it. I had fuck all to do with it. It was way beyond my control.
We ended it.
I can't change the past.
No, but bro,
Certainly.
they just go on like white people are standing up on a fucking podium and going, "We need slavery back." Like, yeah, it's like
Hey.
we want slavery. We're for it. We're glad it happened. Like, no one's saying that. We're actually
listen. The rich have been fucking the poor in the arse since the dawn of time, pretty much, right? Whoever's got the most is fucking everyone in the arse, right? Pretty much.
Yep.
If you're earning a lot of money, you're probably doing a lot better than the people who are not being paid a lot of money, and you may be earning out of them whatever. But that's, you know, nobody has to go to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
You actually don't have to. You should, and you should want to better your life and earn a bit of money and, you know, pay your crust and whatever else. However you want to put it.
Yeah.
But you've got to work hard to earn a lot of money and be rich and put yourself in a comfortable position. It's not easy for anyone. I'm sorry, but it's not easy for anyone. Even sons of rich people, like they bang on about Donald Trump had everything handed to him. He had a lot of foot ups, you know, like help along the way.
Yeah, he went bankrupt a couple of times, didn't he?
His dad was already an established millionaire, but Donald Trump turned that into billions.
Yeah.
By working hard. The geezer probably did every hour under the fucking sun, you know? You don't get to where he is, to the top, unless you're committed 100% to doing one specialised subject, as Jordan Peterson points out. Listen, the billionaires are a very small portion of the population. Very small. Very small. And they are committed 100% all hours of the day, all hours of the night, to getting to where they are.
Let me just give one example of a black man who's committed as well. Like Will Smith, yeah, when I know it sounds weird, but I actually heard this last night. So when he would get a role in a movie, he didn't just learn his lines, he learned all of them, the whole script, and he'd know it off by heart. But that is kind of committed. He was committed to being successful. That's why he does that. Like that's why he's one of the most paid actors. But there you go. There's a black man who's fucking very committed to what he wants to do. Shows anyone can fucking be successful. There's no fucking need for that. And so if you want to get a fucking job and you want to do well, then you get in there and learn everything.
There's some sick thing in their heads where they're so driven. You just got to be so driven, man. You've got to be so driven and earn a lot of money and be successful in business. And you can do it. You can do it. But they make it out like it's all white people and it's all these white men. It's like, fuck off. Most of the Western world is made up of white working class people.
Mm-hmm.
It is blue collar, as they call them in America. Blue collar working men, you know. We just go to work every day taking care of business. You know that song, Taking Care of Business every day. Yeah, like that's how it is. We just go out, take care of business, doing hard jobs, man, like fucking bricklaying and, you know, then building game. The building game's fucking hard, man. Plasterboard, you know, what they call it, eyeliners.
Train bricklayer, I don't want to know. Can't stand it.
Yeah, man, it's tough fucking shit we have to do. That's most of the population. We're not all. Like, I mean, how many fucking white crackheads do you see walking about the street, just totally unawares of whoever else can hear it, and they're just fucking walking along the street talking to themselves like, "Ah, fucking," you know. You see them all the time. They're absolute bums. You telling me they got it easy? Fucking sleeping out in this tonight. Jesus. Out on the fucking streets. They ain't got it easy, but they've put themselves in that position. I'm sorry. They have. They ain't got their fucking shit together and gone out there, got a job and got a place and fucking getting on with their shit. Like, you don't have to be... You'll be poor in this country, but you don't have to be living out in the streets. Like, if you get your fucking head and make the right decisions, don't spend that last £3 on on 4 cans of K and sit there on the fucking park bench drinking and fucking feeling sorry for yourself. Because I'm one of them people, yeah. I kind of feel sorry for homeless people. Same time I don't. It's like, you've kind of put yourself there as well, man. You got to take some. I'm sure you've had a hard life. I'm sure there's been terrible things.
You always hear a story. It's like, oh yeah, my sister's a prick. Like, you know, she's done this. Like, no, you fucked her over. You done something. You went in there and took something.
You're partly guilty for this, dude. You know, like I feel sorry for you for a certain thing. Like, I feel
always a story.
I feel sorry. I feel sorry for what happened to you. You were touched up by your stepdad. Whatever it is, yeah. There's a lot of that goes on with these homeless people, or their parents died, or wherever it is, and they got abandoned. I don't know. There's loads of different sort of sob stories you can get to, but at the same time, I know people that have had these bad things happen to them, same sort of things, and they've just got on with it and got themselves into a good position. And some of them are even fucking absolute maniac businessmen that have got themselves to a good place, and they're fucking driving about in their Jaguars, whatever, and they've smashed it. You know, they had bad things happen to them too. You just didn't have the self-drive to get yourself in a better position. Like, you are responsible for yourself 100%.
Defo.
At the end of the day, bad things may have happened to you, and I've got some pity there, right, for what's happened to you, but your self-pity gets none of my pity.
Yeah.
Self-pity is, as Stephen Fry said, the ugliest emotion. It is.
Yeah.
It's like, and it comes down to them fucking PC people. Like, want to ban this, want to ban that. There's loads of great stories out there written about, you know, bad things that have happened to people. Look at The Green Mile for a film. What a book, rather. What a book.
Yeah.
What a film, a book. Bad things all happen all the way through that. And these PC people one day are going to come after that. It's not fair. There was a black man put in prison and he got killed and he didn't even do nothing wrong. We need that film banned. Why are you going to ban it? It's an absolute fantastic story. But it's full of tragedy. Full of tragedy. Fucking terrible things happen in that film. There's a fucking paedophile in it. No fucking pedo that killed the two girls. You know, and then he got framed, you know. He got framed. I don't want to spoil it for everyone if they ain't seen The Green Mile. Go and watch it. But one day they're gonna come after things like that, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to ban all these Shakespearean things, and you know, these old plays, these fantastic old plays that birthed Hollywood, birthed all the film industry and stuff like that off of these stories.
Yeah.
They're gonna want to ban them one day. Mm-hmm. They're gonna want to come after them. It's like, I'm sorry, but I can't fucking feel. I'm sorry these bad things happen to you. But you don't have to watch these films that make you think of these things.
Exactly. It's just dickheads sitting in it. This is the thing. I mean, this is going to sound really fucking brutal. But, like, you know them stories that come out about people, oh, yeah, they committed suicide because of something online. Like, mate, unplug your computer. Turn off your Wi-Fi.
Have to watch it. Yeah.
And chill out.
You don't have to read the paper. You don't have to read that.
I can't stand it. It's just like, grow the fuck up.
You don't have to listen to that radio show. You know what I mean? When they got rid of them two comedians on American radio because they made some rape jokes.
Yeah.
Right? Made some rape jokes. And Patrice O'Neill, when he was alive, God rest his soul, went up against this feminist on a Fox News show, and he tore her a new one. He's just like, I'm funny. Like, I'm in the business of funny. You're not in the business of funny. Why the fuck are you worried about what people are joking about? People can make bad jokes, can say bad things, right? That's it. That's all it should be. He said something bad once. That's it. Okay, sweet. Well, we've told him that wasn't a good joke. No one laughed at it. There's nothing right. When they go after comedians and films and stuff like this, right? People can make bad films, terrible films, shit films, didn't work, crap, whatever. You should allow them that attempt.
Yeah.
I could do a bad. I've done, bro. How many bad jokes have I done? Where it's like, oh, right, bad.
What are you talking about on Vinny's page?
Yeah, plenty. I'll read some of them out in a little while. I'll go through some of the bad jokes I've done on Vinny's page where he's deleted them or whatever. But he never holds it against me. He lets me do it, and he's like, look, But I should be allowed that attempt. It might have been a bad joke. It might have been a fucking shit joke or whatever else. But I won't get the laughs for it. And there's nothing worse for a comedian than going on stage, telling a bad joke that no one laughs at, bombing. That's what they call it, bombing. I bombed.
Yeah.
I absolutely bombed with that one. That is the worst feeling in the world. To make a shit joke and no one laughs at it. You're like, oh fuck. You swallow the ground, swallow you up. But that's punishment enough. You don't need to cancel them. Or cancel a film. Or cancel the director. Or cancel the actor. Or whatever it is, you know? You just do some bad shit. People don't react well to it. That's it. Move on. Well, you got to fucking tear everything down.
Yeah.
And censor everything and make, I didn't like that. Neither did my friend Jessica.
Yeah.
So it should be taken off the air.
Cried all night.
Off. Yeah, fucking life. Allow the people the attempt. You know, it's the attempt. You know, it's a bad joke's a bad joke or whatever. You know, let's get on with it. But yeah, let's you know, confession time. If anyone follows Vinnie Sullivan's page and they see something fucking stupid, absolutely ridiculous written on his page, it's me. Okay, and I love doing it. I love trolling him. When I know he's asleep or when I know he's busy, I'll chuck up some fucking terrible shit post. And it's been going on for a while now, isn't it?
It's been going on for quite a while now. Surprised Vinny ain't blocked him off of there, chucked him off as an admin, but he just won't do it for some reason.
He will not. He will not. I can write on Vinny's page whenever I want, whatever I want. And he'll either delete it, leave it, or... But he will not take me off as an admin on his Telegram page, because then he says, I win. All right? So he won't give me that victory. So,
What the fuck?
What
the fuck? Seriously.
This is Vinnie Sullivan's fucking page, right? So I forward them all to Fonz to get a cheap laugh. Like, this is how sad I am. I saw an old friend of mine today. He told me one of the saddest stories I've ever heard. He told me his mum never breastfed him as a baby because she only ever liked him as a friend. With sad face emoji.
Right, I think this is the link.
Is it? Huh?
I'm sharing the link. This is the link to Vinny's
page.
Yeah, that's the link to Vinny's page.
Yeah, follow it.
If anyone wants.
Follow it. And look out for my posts. And then if you see them, I want you to forward the post to me and say, I saw that. And I know that.
Okay.
Give me that
beer.
cheap,
We'll be back. Carry on,
cheap satisfaction. Yeah, I'm going to carry on. Right? I don't know if you people can see that. But there's like a load of black Muslim women there. Okay? Now, this post says, the kidnapping of women is a huge problem in the African country of Nigeria. Women are either killed or forced to marry their captors. Worse than that, they are forced to laugh at their new husband's stories even after hearing it for the umpteenth time. Full story at www.thegreatwhitevin.co.uk. You people can read that. I'll leave it there for a little while so you can read that. I'll read it anyway. But look, there's the thing. Now, this is a bad one. I think this was one of my worst ones. This is a bad joke, people. Right? I'm acknowledging that this is a bad joke. Okay. Mum's amazing meeting with new boy with dead daughter's liver. It's a bad one. It's a bad one. A mother finally got to meet the boy who she had donated her late daughter's liver to. When asked about it, the boy stated, I haven't eaten liver before, but Mummy did it with bacon and mash. It was yummy.
Have you read them all?
Bad joke. Hold my hands up. Bad joke. Bad joke.
Liar.
A student accused in soda lacing. Right?
Ooh,
This is a bad joke.
shivers.
A 17-year-old high school student was charged with putting LSD in his English teacher's soda. Deltona High School senior Andrew Lewis was ordered held at the Division of Youth Services in Daytona Beach on Saturday. Lewis was charged late Friday with a delivery of controlled substance with 1,000 feet of school. Oh, sorry. Whatever. And I put, well, if you ask me, that's the kind of school trip I want to go on. And put it as Vinny's story. Imagine that, being on a school trip and like you fucking open a can of pop or fucking bottle of Coke and it's laced with LSD. Sounds like a good school trip. So Vinny, you know, Vinny, like, he's very serious. So you don't want this shit on his page, man. It's against drug taking and all this.
He knows there's a load of lefties in there trying to get him, you know.
Well, they do. The lefties screenshot it and then share it amongst the other lefties, saying, "Oh, Vinny's into drugs. Oh, Vinny's laughing at dead children. Oh, Vinny's
man.
doing." He's not. He's not. He's not at all. It's not. Here we go. Right. There's another Vinny Sullivan classic. Well, apparently there's some law preventing me teaching the human evolution theory. Vincent S.J. Sullivan invented the time machine, went back in time, and ejaculated into the primordial ooze. This is censorship at its worst.
This is fucking connection issues at its worst.
Now, we've all seen Family Guy. You remember that shit, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it bad? Yeah, you broke up then.
Yeah, it's so
you broke
bad.
up pretty bad then, just when you said that.
No, it's not. It's not me. I'm watching the stream.
This was one I know for.
Oh man.
It's lagging bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not me. I'm still live. My camera's fine on the stream. I'm pretty sure my voice is as well. Yeah, I'm watching it. You're you're lagging out really bad.
I'll give it a few seconds, let it catch up.
Yeah.
Are we caught up yet?
I think you might be alright now. But the thing is, your screen is really like pixelated as well.
Yeah, it is pretty bad, isn't it? I think it's just the connection in the area or something. Because I've got full bars, but I think the internet round here is really slagging and being a bitch. But we'll give it.
Is it laptop?
Yeah, I'm on a laptop.
How close are you to your router?
Very close. I've got the Wi-Fi booster like right down there. Just like.
Can you plug into that Wi-Fi booster?
Possibly, yeah.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow, Sam.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time.
If you can plug in Ethernet, that's the best way.
I'll do that from now on, I think, rather than risk it. I'll get myself one of them wires.
Yeah, Danny Byrne, you are okay, Fonzie. Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. I've waited. It's caught up now. Here we go. Another Vinnie Sullivan classic. If I became mayor of London, my first act as mayor would be to grant poor children access to the sewers, effective immediately. that one was really, really funny. I love that. But there was here we go. I got this, right? I managed to get this off his page. Can you see that, Fonz? You let me know if you can see that.
I can see Vinnie Sullivan, but other than that, I can only see... Nah, the white stuff underneath I can't see. No. Nah, can't really
Actually,
read
the
it.
page got blocked. So it said, Safari cannot open the page because the address is invalid. Right, so I screenshotted that and shared this. Vinnie Sullivan's human status invalid. It seems my efforts have not gone unnoticed, with sunglasses emoji. You throw one Lithuanian prostitute out of a moving car and they never let you forget it.
Brutality.
Jesus.
That's brutal.
He's a killer. And yeah. I'll give you like two more, and then we got to move on with this show. You see this? There's a geezer there comforting his bird. Right, he's giving her a cuddle there. It's all right, babe. It's all right, babe. Right. I shared that with the caption. Him. It's okay, babe. Pussy farts are natural. Nothing to be ashamed of. Her. Yeah, but you freestyle to it, ? Him, yeah, because that shit was fire, boo. He deleted it.
I bet he fucking did. I bet he fucking did. Fuck's sake.
Straight after it. Right. Apologies, everyone. One of the admins on this holds brain and has special needs.
Sorry,
One
Pete.
thing is with that face.
Is there another one? Is there another one to come?
What do you want? One more or two more? One more or two more?
Do one more and then we're gonna call it a night, I reckon. Because your connection's bad as well.
Yeah, you done?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, call it a night.
Al Qaeda's official website. Bad, yeah.
Yeah, I
No
can't hear you.
Al Qaeda's official website has recipes for homemade bombs, but they also. It's gone.
Yeah,
it's gone.
It's done. Right, do you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. Listen, if they can hear me, thank you, people. You can hear me. Oh, you can hear me. Right. Love you, peeps. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll write one more Vinnie Sullivan classic. I'll write it in the chat.
Say it, because you're still good. Quick,
can
say
you hear me?
Yeah, it's still good now.
We'll end it on this. Al Qaeda's official website has recipes for homemade bombs, but they also have a recipe for a really nice peach cobbler. Swings in roundabouts, I guess. Vinnie Sullivan classic. There you go.
Right. Fantastic. We'll end on that. People, please spread the word. Make sure people know about us. Make sure they know we're back. And this video will be uploaded a week from now to YouTube, and then you can view it over there. So we're still active on YouTube, but just not going live on there, as it's pretty cancerous.
It's too cancerous for our liking. But don't forget, listen.
Oh yeah, plug that.
Plug the coffee. Get the coffee out there, people. Buy it. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. It's fucking lovely. Absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you. Love it.
Yeah, how many you sold so far? It's like 100, isn't it? Over 100 now.
Yeah, 100 orders in 7 days.
So it can't be that bad, peeps. Get on it. Make sure you order it.
People have rebought as well, so it's good.
What is it?
Maverick with a K. Maverick. I'll write it in the chat. Don't worry.
Coffee. Maverick Coffee. Yeah, write it in the chat, and then yeah, right, peeps. We're gonna wrap it up now. So thanks for watching. We'll be live again either Friday or Saturday next week. So make sure you tune in and get the word spread as well. But other than that, yeah, brother, you want to say bye to everyone?
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Danny Byrne, as always, Phil Law. Alan Liverpool, sweet as an up. Viking Essex, cheers for the information, as well as Danny Byrne. Diddle, nice one, Diddle.
Cheers, Diddle.
Yeah, man. Fucking. Keep your eye on Vinny's page. I'm going to put one up in a little while.
Oh, yeah, keep an eye on that as well. But yeah, other than that, see you later, people. Take care.
Take care.
Much love.
See you later.
It's a great honor to be able to interview the 35th President of the United States of America, Dr.